Let's do it.
Yeah. And just like that, we transition to the tutorial screen. Let's make sure that actually works because I have no idea how the streaming software works
Are you
sometimes.
gonna share your screen to us as well?
Transition.
No, you can't see my screen. You're gonna have to guess at what I'm doing. No one can see what I'm drawing. It's a lie. I fooled you all. Okay, cool.
Wow.
Hello, Xylo Cave! I am your host, Gigi, the creator of TMOM, the artist of TMOM, and the writer of TMOM, and the editor and director, etc. of the Xylo Cave. I am here with a lot of special guests for this amazing tutorial while we're here, and since I'm very much a boring person by myself, these particular individuals will spice things up. So, hello everybody, thank you so much for coming. I'd like to introduce you to our lineup of guests. So we have Cyril, who is our moderator for both the chat and the server of the Xylo Cave, and a very loyal member of the Xylo Cave. Say hello, Cyril.
Hi, kids.
I can barely hear you, Cyril. Oh. Okay, there we go. Alright, it's because I had your volume turned down. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. And then we have the voice actor of Hefis, our Discord server owner for the Xylo Cave, and one of our social media managers for the Xylo Cave, as well as another loyal team member that has also contributed to the Xylo Cave Wiki, Eagle Cry. Hello, Eagle.
Everyone.
It's nice to be here.
Whoa, that was actually really scary!
You mentioned the wiki, right? I forget about that a couple times.
We have the creator of the Lover of Me, one of the creators for the Lover of Me video game series. As you guys know, by the way, or in case you do not know, The Murder of Me has a video game called The Lover of Me. It's an hilarious dating simulator. We released it in October. Check it out, right? Well, we have the one who thought of the idea, who started it all, and got me and Jamie involved in all the program and all the assets, as you say. I'd like to give a big round of applause to Honey.
Yeah!
Welcome, Honey.
Applaud me!
We also have our moderator, our steward, and a loyal member of the Xylo Cave, Sammy.
Hi again. Hello.
And then-
Elon too.
Oh, yes, and then Sammy also worked at T-Lob, yeah.
Sammy's a very much a romantic.
Yes. And then, I think that's it. Wait a minute. No. How could I have forgotten? We have the voice for Silver the Hedgehog of the Murder of Me series. Give it up for Starlight!
Hey
Scott.
everybody, how's it going? Or should I say, oh, hey everybody, I hope we're having a happy Saturday. Let's draw.
Let's draw. So, what we're gonna be doing is I'll be mostly showing you guys how to draw Silver, or at least the Murder of Me Silver, the way I do it. And I have my reference here as well. So, I recommend artists, if you have any type of drawing tools, loose leaf paper, tablets, whatever, iPad, finger on phone, doesn't matter. You can paint with ice cream. But, we're gonna be drawing this boy. And then next week will be our last drawing tutorial before we get back to TMOM Plays. The drawing tutorial next week will be of Shadow, of the Murder of Me Shadow. So if you guys really wanted to see Shadow, don't worry, we're gonna be getting to him before we start hitting back to some more fun TMOM Play stuff. And then it's issue 13 time. So, I also am totally open for you guys to ask any questions, like what drawing program I'm using. Luckily, the staff here will help me out, and I really appreciate it, you guys. That is so cool. But let's get started with that, huh?
Yeah.
Disclaimer, don't actually try to draw with ice cream.
Don't actually try to draw with ice cream. Yeah, that might not work out very well, actually.
You can, but
can.
should you?
Do one of those obstacles, like they're shaped like a pen. You kind of just get like a piece of concrete.
Exactly. That would actually be very interesting to see. But for now, so here's some key features of Silver before we get started on drawing him. So, a lot of people say that Silver is one of the hardest characters that Silver is one of the hardest characters for them to draw. And I can understand that because Silver's entire design is a little more complicated than Sonic or Shadows. For one, Silver has 5 quills on the front of his face that is representative of a Japanese maple leaf, and then 2 larger quills on the back. And so they kind of look something like this, where it's just like 2. Oh no, did my brush not work? Oh no. Oh no,
Hey,
no, no.
Gigi,
There we
real
go.
quick, I'm getting from the stream that it seems like all of our voices are way quieter than yours.
Okay. Let me see if I can up y'all's volume.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Jamie said that.
Okay. Can everybody in the stream at least hear the other fellas now?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, it's a test.
Test.
Does
Oh,
Zuni
and
have a vibe?
GT, Zuni is in the chat, so you can mod him
Yeah,
if you
hi,
need it
Zuni.
still.
Oh, hi, Zuni.
Hiya.
Where is he?
He
So,
just-
Zuni
oh,
fell?
Oh, there he is. Okay, cool. So, with that, I'm just double checking. I'm making sure. All right, everyone says yes that they can hear us. Great! So with that, if there's no more issues technically, because there's always issues in a stream with me apparently, let's start with Silver, right? So one of the biggest things with Silver is, again, his quills. You don't want to add too many quills, and you also want to make sure that his quills are separated in a way that almost looks like a crown almost to hit on him. Like, it almost kind of looks like bird feathers, some people say. And he also, to top it all off, has chest fur. That is not a good color to use. Has chest fur and all these pieces of him that kind of make him not super easy to animate or to draw. And then to top it all off, Silver has these specific shoes and gloves, and his gloves on both sides have the this circle symbol on it. And I really, oh yeah, and of course, obviously, Silver's amulet is a triangle. It's Xylo's amulet. And I don't really feel like that's. I feel like I'll tell you guys more as we get into it, but for now, let's actually draw him. Also, we got a person that just joined us. Would you mind introducing yourself?
No, they actually had to drop out. They dropped out and came back in. That wasn't a new person.
Oh, never mind.
It's Sammy again. Hi.
Sorry, Sammy.
welcome, Sammy.
Oh my god, welcome.
Welcome to the stream.
We haven't seen you in a long time. Hi.
Oh, really? Wow.
It's only been 5
Who are you
minutes.
again?
No,
It's been 84 years.
it's been 84
Go right
years.
ahead.
So let's see. Let's get. Let's-
Yes, March, we will have pizza feet again.
We will. Let's start with Silver's body, which is basically just a bean. It's literally just a bean.
Silver's a bean.
I mean, yeah. It's not like Xylo, where like Xylo's body is like a lot longer, so it actually looks more like a human torso. Sonic characters in general, like they look like a bean, or a bean bag, if that helps you visually. And then let's see. And since Silver is a telekinetic, I like to make his poses specifically more airy. You know, just I don't know what this is. Let's see. And of course, if you've watched my previous tutorials, you know that the way I draw legs, generally I try to start with sticks, and then I kind of get more volumetric as I go. But I try to measure, like, okay, this is probably where his thigh is starting and ending. Then his knee probably stops here. and then maybe goes this way. And then, I don't know, his pizza feet go here. I've accepted the term pizza feet.
Here we go.
Here we go. Pizza feet time.
Yes.
And then, of course...
Pizza feet and noodle arms.
You're making me hungry. Like, you make me actually want to have pizza. I'm not supposed to have pizza, though.
Have you eaten anything before this?
Has I what?
Have you eaten anything before this?
No. So...
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, eat.
No. I'll eat afterwards,
You just
maybe.
eat churches and pizza
Consume.
feet noodle.
No.
Eat your chair.
Look, through the tutorial of Silver will be the correct sustenance that you need.
Yes.
Silver will feed you.
So yeah, the legs.
Yes, so the legs. And I always adjust as I go. Like, nothing is ever gonna be perfect, but generally, you want your knees to kind of stop, like, midway. If you'd like to measure specifically their body parts, let's see. Like, I don't know, this is their body right here. You could be like, well, this is, like, worth one body part here. Some people measure differently, though. So how you measure, when the knees start and so on and so forth helps. There is nothing but pizza emojis in the chat. Oh my god. This is the worst.
Mom characters just to describe them with food.
God,
Someone in
I'm...
the chat said. Someone in the chat said Sasha's hands.
Yeah.
God, don't tempt me. Alright, and then their
The one
quills
that
usually go like
consumes
that.
chocolate milk.
Sometimes if I don't know where their arms are going to be and it's at a difficult angle, for Silver and Sonic and Shadow, I usually like put like almost like 3D model-esque, like this is where their arms are going to start, just to help me out personally, and then go from there. So I want to have his hands out. Let's see.
There's so many pizzas.
There's so many pizzas. I hate this so much. I can't have
My
pizza.
mods are doing pizza.
I'm seeing hot dogs now too.
Oh my god! I want hot dogs! Silver, have you ever had hot dogs?
Chat, please.
Well, not all that much. I kind of like, well, Sonic gave me a bite of a chili dog once. I guess that kind of counts.
That is true. So, notice, by the way, that the hands, I literally just did the same thing with the hands I did with the legs. Like, it's literally just the exact same thing. It's just cylinders on top of cylinders. And then, when it's in an angle, like, the cylinder is foreshortened. So, it kind of looks a little something like that. Oh my god, now I'm like, there's ice cream, there's pizza, there's hot dog, there's sushi.
Hot dog, donuts.
This isn't a baseball game, fellas. What in the world?
Hello? I'm back. My internet had an outage.
Oh, hey, Eagle.
Hi. Welcome
Hi.
back, Eagle.
Hefus, there's... oh my god. So, Hefus, what's your favorite food? I'm just curious.
What kind of question is that?
Oh, because I know you like a certain type of food. It's like yellow. It's like pizza shaped, but it's really not pizza. I think it's called cheese. Don't you like...
Cheese.
No, Hefis, cheese is bad for you.
And what gives you the authority to tell me that?
No one, I'm just telling you.
Exactly.
Now the chat is just spamming with cheese. Great.
Hey guys, just a mod note, can you ease on the spam please with chat? Thanks.
So let's see. I'm gonna make their hands just a teeny bit bigger, but I don't know if you guys noticed, by the way. The actual hands are like mini squares. Like, they're basically pizza boxes. Or, Or
I
they're
love we've jumped completely into this
Oh,
pizza
gosh.
analogy for everything.
yeah, but they're like curved, so it's more like a it's more like a cheese, like
Yeah.
blue cheese, but it's like curved.
The arms and legs are just segmented bread crusts and/or breadsticks.
Oh my god.
The body's the cannoli.
Silver, how do you feel about the fact that your body is literally just being compared to food?
It's really interesting because, well, I like food, so I don't really see a problem with it. I actually find it really funny.
Do you like chocolate milk, Silver?
Like, love. What do you mean?
So what would happen if someone took it?
Okay. So, I would. The thing that would happen to me is that first of all, I would tell them right now, right then and there, to give me back my chocolate milk. Like, why would you need to take it in the first place? Just get your own.
Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, so with fingers specifically, I don't really draw, like I draw them like little cylinders, basically. Like
Yes,
they're just...
Everyone loves fingers, and everyone loves to draw them.
Sausages.
I mean, yeah, that's
They're
kind of what they are. They're just like little sausages. Like, that's what Sonic fingers are. Like, they just kind of look like this.
Sausage fingers.
I mean, yeah, like they look just like sausage fingers.
We
don't-
have sausage fingers.
Please do not
And-
eat Silver's fingers.
And like I know we joke about the food, but like that's an actual like I hear a lot of people when they're giving tips for drawing Sonic hands, like that's a lot of the majority of the tips they give you the sausage fingers.
Yeah. Alright. And then now that I got the hands figured out, I like, by the way, that it's like this is a way faster for me right now, whereas like Sonic and Silo took me freaking forever. I'm trying to get the point across to where it's like easy for the guys that are following this to actually get it. And so with that, let's do the head. Now, I say this with every drawing tutorial, but when I draw a Sonic head, it's usually not a perfect circle, it's more of like a gentle oval. That is a very weird way of saying a messed up circle. It's kind of like it's not a perfect circle like this. It's kind of like a like a little bit like this. Like this is a perfect circle, and then like the head is actually just a teeny bit longer.
It looks
And
like
what-
you load up a ball of dough and just like
That's kind of what it does. That's kind of what it is, though. Like it is basically like a ball of dough, but just like that is the head. And when you draw the face, you always want to have guiding lines, so that way you know where the character is looking at. So, and then of course where the muzzle's gonna be in separation to everything else. And then I add these two guidelines here because this helps me figure out where the placement of the eyes are gonna go. And so with that, we have the basic structure of the character down. Now, I'm gonna do some adjustments because I think that I made Silver's legs a bit like I think I just made his feet a bit too small. So I'm gonna edit that real quick. Teeny tiny feet. Oh, Lord have mercy. There's just nothing but food emojis. What have we done? What have we done?
We did what we must.
You did what you must. You started this.
I didn't start nothing.
Mm-hmm.
that's
All
the
right.
sound of a guilty person.
Oh, he fish. Apparently, someone was comparing you to a mouse just now in the chat.
Oh, that's a good one, considering you like cheese.
No comment.
Nice. So, here's a very interesting tidbit. Weird. Hang on. Why is my button stuck? There we go. Alright, so, interesting tidbit here, by the way. So, I'm about to go over how in the world you draw Silver's hair. So, if you have trouble with this, You gotta be paying extra close attention. That means no spamming with the food, even though food is delicious. But trust me, you're gonna wanna know how to draw his hair. So, I'm gonna first draw his face with the guidelines I provided earlier. Which is his muzzle right here. And then there's his nose. And then with the guidelines, here's his face, his eyebrows.
Is there a specific way to like draw like the eyes and everything?
So one of the ways that I think about the Sonic guys is think of like, okay, so their eyes are generally like, they're not human eyes, obviously. They don't look like that. They look obviously more like an M. Like this is their eye, like literally their eyebrows and their muscles that they use to emote. It's literally just an M. And then the muzzle is like a gentle mountain. Like that's something that you can think about when you're drawing the muzzle is it's like three little hills. So, you know, Green Hill Zone fans, you know what I'm talking about. It's
So
like
an M, huh? We need to give Silver a kid's meal with the little chocolate milk in it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I would love that.
This-
I can't handle when the voice actors do the voices.
I know, they're so talented.
I can get you a kid's meal very soon if you want one.
What? Really? Sure. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Silver, you might want to be careful around Heathus though. Just warning you right now.
No. Anything for one of my most dear sons.
So, here's a fun fact. So it's commonly when everyone's drawing Silver, a lot of times people do this. They do this. But that is not the correct way to draw Silver's eyes at all. It's not just a circle. When you take off the first part of Silver's hair, you actually get something that looks a little more angular. Like, almost like Shadow's markings is very similar to this, but it's a sharp edge. This is how his eye lines, that's what they actually look like according to his Sonic channel art, and that's what I use for TMOM. So it looks a little more like this, and then of course you color it in like so. You can sketch this inside with a pencil if you'd like. But that's really what his that's what his eye markings look like. So that's extremely important to know. So this is where a lot of people find it tricky. So I think I'm going to try to make it as easy as I possibly can for you guys. So let me extend the canvas because Silver's hair is ridiculous. It's very equal to Xylo. So sometimes if I'm having trouble knowing where the front quills are going to be, I draw the back quills first. And the way Silver's quills works are very similar to Sonic's. There's like a little uppity here, and then it just, you know, because of the circle that you built, it's actually a really good way to figure out where his back quills are going to go. Let's see, actually, let me bring this down just a tiny bit. Just like that. Maybe even a little longer. I like drawing my characters with longer hair.
They're long boys.
They're long boys, yeah. So the way that quills generally work, I showed this again in my other tutorials, but Sonic quills in general are very much like, they're like soft tissue is what I think of. They're not necessarily like hair. Like, it's not like movie Sonic where that's actually hair quills. It's like actual physical tissue with fur on them. And that's kind of what Silver's is. He's very much similar to Sonic, but his quills are extended more. And when you draw his back quills, you can actually place his ears very similarly to where you'd place Sonic. I know this looks like a cursed image. Just hold on for a second, okay? It looks really weird without his front quills. So I have to.
Sticks.
Yeah, right. He does look like Sticks without his front hair. So, I'm gonna try to, I guess, think about this atomically. So first off, Silver's hair has like this shape going on with the front part of his face. So it's kind of something like this. And I have no idea how to describe it. But it's like a chunk of meat.
It's a dump.
It looks like almost like oh shoot, it almost looks like a little hat.
Kinda, yeah.
He's wearing a little. He's wearing a little construction hat.
A thick disc and like a bun on top.
Yeah, something like that.
Sticker.
But like having that basis is actually really important because when you look at his game models, his hair isn't like just this. Like it's not this. It has it to where like his 2 quills are like a little lower and then his 3 are closer together. It's actually really similar to a hand, or to a Japanese maple leaf if you guys have ever seen that. And so generally these are where you can get started on. So generally, I keep saying generally, I'm so sorry. You want to start where I'm putting the pink at. And you want to just space it out like so. And then, just like how you draw Silver's back quills, that's how you're going to draw his front quills, except it's slimmer and it's smaller and it's a bit longer. So it's more like this. Of course, his quills are generally more sticking up.
All right.
Does that make sense? It's
Yeah.
literally like
I'm my internet went out again.
Oh, that's fine. So like Silver's back quills, they face downward, but his up quills, like his top quills face up naturally. It's how he gets that silhouette. He looks like he's wearing a visor. And
A
you
lot
just
of people say like he kind of looks like a fast food worker with the hat, like a
he
McDonald's
does.
hat, like...
He really does.
Imagine Silver. It's like that one meme of like that girl's like, "Here's your order." It was like Silver's about to give someone a meal, and he looks out the drive-through window, and it's Xylo.
The chocolate milk is part of his paycheck.
Yes.
Yes. So that's kind of the way to do it. Let me see. Yeah. I might actually make his quills just a teeny bit, because I think I spaced them out just a teeny bit too much here. And I might just rotate them a bit. And sometimes if you're not feeling right with his quills, like, you can play with them. Like, you can, like, let's say, like, oh, there's too much empty negative space here. Well, you could just move one of his quills this way.
Yeah, his top quills are definitely, like, almost the trickiest.
They're tricky, but don't overthink them. His middle quill actually is supposed to be, like, the middle finger. Like, it's supposed to be really big.
Oh god.
I realized that I said that, and I didn't mean to.
Oh my god. Silver, don't be mean. Don't flip off people.
Silver.
Flipping off Xylo.
That's what you get, Xylo!
Oh, by the way, I'm seeing in the chat, there's people have been saying Silver sounds faint. I think I sound like quiet to the chat. Is that right?
Yeah. I think that
You are coming a bit quiet.
Do you need to like?
I have your volume all the way up, so.
You need to raise your own volume, maybe? Is that a thing you can do?
Yeah, I was actually doing that before in the voice settings. I'll try that again.
Okay.
Does that sound any better at all?
No, this sounds the same.
You sound clear to me though.
Yeah.
It's clear, but it's not like loud enough.
Hmm.
If that makes sense.
No, it's weird.
Okay, because I just raised the volume up for now. Maybe if I like left the call and come back.
Actually, let me try something.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I am adjusting everyone's volumes. Why did he leave? I said you didn't have to leave.
Look, Silver does what Silver wants.
You know what? Silver does do what he still
Back,
wants.
fix it.
All right.
Hi.
Hi,
Okay,
Scarlet.
hi. Does that sound
Okay.
a little different?
Yes.
A little bit.
Oh,
A little bit.
sweet. Okay, awesome.
I raised your
Yeah.
volume. I'll alter the volume settings.
Yeah,
But
and
he
if it's ever an issue for you individually, you can always go into like Audacity and raise your audio sensitivity.
Gotcha. All right.
But does that hair tutorial kind of work? Like literally, if you really want to get technical, like you can look at his hair kind of like this, where it's
It's
basically
in like segments and pieces.
yeah, like it's basically just I mean, I like to look at it as like a very long leaf, like a long maple leaf. Because Japanese maple leaves, they look like this. So if you ever have trouble with that, I recommend actually finding reference for a maple leaf and not a pot plant, because that's not what Silver's hair is. So, I think we got his hair basically figured out. So, let's get to his chest fur, which is always the most fun part, because it's very similar to Xylo. Literally, Silver's got a lot of chest fur for some reason.
Very a floofy boy.
So he just, it literally goes all the way to the back of his quills.
It's kind of like a scarf in a way.
Silver, do you think of your hair as a scarf?
Well, sometimes it can be really fluffy and just look really warm, especially when I'm in cold places. So I guess I really can see it as a scarf.
And also, fun fact, so you probably see this when I draw pages, but Silver's cape, like some of his hair sticks out from the top of his cape, tie. And then there's
Oh, it sticks out almost like Xylo's.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it sticks out just a little bit. Like, it covers up a teeny bit of his muzzle. And then, of course, his amulet.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
at least Silver is a bit more like more healthier than Xylo with those
Yeah,
skinny
he's
muscles, am I
like
right?
yeah, way more
Yeah.
green too. His fur is like
Silver-
as unkempt.
Silver eats sandwiches. That's the difference between him and Xylo.
He
Oh
eats
my
all the
God.
salads, everything. Like I always find it funny because like when we first seen Silver, he was like so skinny that even like Sonic pointed it out.
Yeah.
And then he became, you know, not skinny, and then Xylo became skinny. So it was almost like a trade-off.
Ha! Gotti.
So
Silver's
Silver
gained
looked
some
more
baby
like
fat.
Xylo in the beginning.
Oh.
Oh, don't tell Silver that. So, this is going to be very tricky. And a lot of people, I noticed, kind of try to shorthand this. And it's understandable because I do the exact same thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a cylinder. And that's going to be his golden cuffs. I'm just going to lightly sketch it in on his hands. Just like so. And you notice that I didn't put anything on it yet. And that's because I like to draw the cylinder part of the, like the actual gold cups first before I draw the actual, symbols. So with Silver symbol, it's kind of like this, where it just kind of jump, like it goes straight line, jump. Don't know why his symbols do that, but it does. And fun fact, his cuffs, and this is like a hard one, is like his cuffs go inside, like his symbol or whatever is inside of the cuff. So there's a bit of a divide between the two cuffs. So it's almost similar to Shadow's inhibitor rings, honestly, which you'll learn about next week. And then, of course, his symbols, which is basically just Ephesus symbol, I guess.
Apparently, Psychosonic fan says you're going a little too fast.
Oh, sorry. I'm really trying to be as slow as I can.
If it's ever too fast, you can always watch the stream after it's over and just rewind on certain parts, maybe watch at a slower speed.
Or even pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really trying to be as slow as I can. I unfortunately, like, I'm so used to drawing these characters that I unintentionally go fast, but I'll try to slow it down. I'm sorry. But the biggest thing with Silver's cuffs, and I will reiterate, like, his actual inside designs are kind of like this. Like, they're not a perfect circle. They kind of go a little bit like that. Yeah, like that little design. It's like a little squiggle. And again, his cuffs are basically separated by this symbol. And so, you want to have space in between the teal parts of the symbol, just because that's his true design. His hands might be a little too small. Oh well. I'm gonna quickly adjust you over here. Oh, whoops. Let me merge these layers together. Okay, there we go. One of the most important aspects, by the way, when you're doing these sketches is you really want to be confident in your lines and not worry too much about what looks right on every single detail, but go for the basics first and then build detail from there. And of course, if you make a mistake, that's totally okay too. That's part of the learning process. Now, Silver's boots, I'm going to move on to that, are very important because they are a little more complex. So we'll start with the cylinder.
Yeah, the cylinder at the top of his boots, yeah.
Yes. And
they're like little cuffs.
Mm-hmm. That's basically what they are. They're just little cuffs. And, you know, you go something like this if that helps you.
Yeah, Silver's got all this bling on him.
He really does. He has a lot of gold, but so does Shadow. Shadow and him both have a lot of gold. So here's a very important aspect of Silver's design that I used to forget a lot when I was first drawing him, so I will point it out here. So you erase the top part of your cylinder, wherever his foot is facing at, and you're gonna draw this. It's like this weird, I don't know why it's a part of his design, but it's like this weird jewel that's a part of his shoes. I don't know what it is. It's like a futuristic pizza thing. Like, that's the best way I could describe it. Okay. And it literally is the most essential part of his boots. So it kind of looks something like that. It's almost like, what's it called? It's kind of like a bracelet, honestly, but for your knees.
A bracelet for the knees, yes.
A knee bracelet.
Silver, how do you feel about all this bling on you?
I really like it, especially how it glows and everything, and I just find it really entertaining to look at, especially when there's like sunlight everywhere, and then there's like a bunch of shiny like highlights everywhere. It just looks really cool.
Thank you, Silver.
Got
So
it from the 25-cent machine.
I'm drawing Silver's foot, but I'm not drawing like the specifics of his foot yet. That's just based off of the sketch we did previously. That's what it is. So now, when you get into the actual details of the shoe, you want it to you're gonna have this white stripe come down, maybe curl it a little bit because that's where his boots curl, and then this white stripe reaches down all the way to this teal. Don't like put this like little round line over here, but don't end it because you're gonna be drawing the soles, like the bottom parts of his shoe, because Sonic characters have very visible bottom parts of their shoes. And so we could do that with the other shoe over here. And then, speaking of the bottom parts, once you have the basic design down, Silver's shoes they're not like Sonic's where it's basically like an actual running shoe. Like Sonic's shoes, you know, they're literal pizza shoes. They look like this, and they actually like run. But Silver actually has a bit of a heel to his boots.
Yeah, he's got fancy boots.
Oh, he's got some fancy boots.
Silver styling. This is how it goes.
Silver styling, yes.
Silver goes to Foot Locker.
So it's like his shoe is gonna look a little bit more like this, and then there's a divide right there to be like where his heel is placed. But it's true, Silver absolutely has a heel on his shoe, and it's actually very prominent. Both him and Shadow actually have a very prominent heel. So it's kind of the exact same thing over here on this shoe. And of course, before you forget, don't forget to add in those markings on those bracelets, which we showcased earlier, so I'm not going to go into detail on that one again.
The knee slit.
The knee... Yeah, that is kind of what it is, huh?
It's a knee slit.
It's a knee slit. Let's see. And with that, I am going to draw his cape. I might actually shrink up his head because I think his head is just a teeny bit too large.
He's such baby.
He's
Someone
not
said in the
baby.
chat- But someone said in the chat, for someone from an apocalyptic future, Silver's got style.
He really does have some style.
But there's no stores to go get all this like bling from, so where'd you get it, Silver?
He stole it from people.
The real questions.
He just stole it, okay? Don't worry about the hows or whys.
Look, just sometimes you just need that extra little heel to give you those extra 2 inches.
My son stealing?
What? No.
Silver?
I didn't steal them. They just like the store was open, and then like you know I had some extra cash left over because I was selling chocolate milk on the side, and I had a little business. So then I went over there, and then well, I got some gloves, I got some cups, and I got these really cool boots. It's really cool.
Excuse me, did you just... There's stores in an apocalyptic future, not only that, you sell chocolate milk.
Yeah,
Well,
Silver.
this was before the apocalypse happened. You know, before everything went all crazy. And then during that time, I guess I was able to sell some chocolate milk and I had some money left over. And I didn't want to just take stuff off the counter. So, yeah.
One last thing before I start inking. I'm going to draw his cape, which, a good reference of this is studying cloth. But generally, his cape is probably going to go something like this. Where it's, like, got some waves going on, and then guiding lines to indicate where the cloth is going. And with that, that is the silver sketch. It's time to ink. But before we ink, I gotta go to the bathroom. So have fun, guys. I'll
Go
be
have
right back.
fun.
I will.
Bye.
Trip. Everyone wish Gigi a good trip to the bathroom.
Oh my god,
Okay.
I will be back in like 5 minutes. Okay? It's not
A
5
lot
minutes.
can
Brave
happen
soldier.
in 5 minutes.
Dang, Silver got that power stance. Like, look at, look how wide. You got
He
power
is
stance on.
determined.
He's
the
protecting
German boy.
something, and then there's just like
He's
an entire shrine of
silver.
chocolate milk in the back.
Silver is
Silver-
about to T-pose.
Silver fills you with determination.
Know that meme where it's like the dad goes to McDonald's, orders a single black coffee, then drives off? It's Heapus. And then Silver just in the back, like, Happy Meal, chocolate milk.
Oh my god.
Look, he's
Keefus, would you do that?
anything for my sons. It's just too bad he's dead. Rip Hephus. Rest in
Too bad he's
pepperonis, you know.
dead. Can I get a rip Heapus in the chat?
You're not dead, you're in the stream.
I'm back.
Hi, Gigi. Hi, back.
Hi back, me eagle.
Got her.
Hi, back.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
yes, how do you feel about the fact that your brother killed you?
No comment.
Ah, that's boring.
So, Heapus, when
You're
did you
boring.
first try cheese?
I'm actually doing things still.
Cheese.
Hey, Fish, we talked about this. You can't have cheese.
I do what I want.
Hephis.
No, you do what your creator wants.
I mean,
Hephis.
are you
Hephus.
lactose Heapus?
Hephis is lactose intolerant.
Hephus, would you mind telling everyone what you usually dream about? Hephus?
I think he.
Hephus is not responding.
I think he needs a moment to process.
Clearly, he dreams about food all the time.
He probably does.
The reason his eyes are yellow, they're just cheese.
And yes, Smuts, indeed. Hephis is dead, his opinion doesn't matter.
Also, yes.
Yes. Rip Hephus, his opinion doesn't matter.
You know who else is dead?
I saw someone like hashtag give Hephus cheese.
Hashtag give a Hephis cheese. No, hashtag Hephis no.
So that
what does
if you're not allowed to have cheese, there you have no Parmesan. Ha!
Oh!
God, yeah.
Jokes about cheese.
I want to smack you.
Look, okay, there's an opportunity there. I had to take it. Talking about cheese
That
and
wasn't a
permission.
very good joke.
Oh my god.
Yeah, cheese dreams.
Funny
My
joke.
Whenever I do dream, they cannot be comprehended by the mortal mind.
Comprehended? Is that what you said?
Competent.
Comprehend.
Eagle, is your oh gosh, Hephus, is your vocabulary broke?
No.
Porter V says, steal the
Silver.
cows.
What do you dream about?
Well, I dream about a lot of things. But one thing I do dream about a lot.
Is Blaze? Am I right, fellas?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Silver, you're blushing.
No, I'm not. No.
Do I hear this correctly? My son has a crush.
Yeah, I have a crush. It's a orange soda. It's right next to me. You know, great. You know, I love crush soda. It tastes good, and I'm not thinking about anything else.
Wow, if Silver's named after a color, he should be renamed to Red, Blush, Rosy, because he's so pink right now.
Hey, look at the stream. It's great, right? You know, yeah.
You know, Silver. You know,
Skip
Silver, I thought you'd be dreaming about something else, like somewhat of an absolution.
Actually, I was gonna get to that because, well, who doesn't want a better future, you know?
Oh.
You just gotta think positive and just fight for what you want. If you want a better future, you just gotta aim for it.
Thank you, Silver.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Words of inspiration from Silver.
I didn't know Silver went to TED Talks.
Well, I do a lot of things.
Silver, do you travel and just give lectures about chocolate milk?
Not recently, but I could.
Have you done it before? What do you mean recently?
Well, I always tell people about the wonders of chocolate milk. How it tastes great and it goes great with cereal. How it's great on its own. All the wonders of chocolate milk. It's infinite.
Ha, get it? Infinite?
Is that what it takes to be infinite?
I guess that's the secret to his success.
Silver, you know who Infinite is? How is that?
Well, no, only from, the Let's Play, from TMOM Plays. You saw him in the video game and
Oh,
stuff.
that's true.
Nice save.
Oh, I thought you knew something that you weren't supposed to know.
Well, Xylo and I play a lot of video games together, and, well, you seem to like that character a lot, I suppose.
Yeah, you liked them until he spoke, I think.
Denise
I
Von Costa
am not
says,
weak.
he's such a baby.
Silver, can you do an impersonation of Shadow? I'm just very curious.
An impersonation of Shadow? Let's see. Sure, that'd be really fun. Okay. What Shadow does. He's really mopey. Doesn't really smile a lot. So maybe... I am the ultimate life form. You can't defeat me. You know why? Because I'm Shadow. Shadow the hedgehog. Ugh. How was that?
Oh, that was good.
That was great. Why did you go, Why did you go,
Well, I'm just putting on my tough guy face. Because, I guess Shadow's always talking about how he's, like, super strong and stuff. It's, I was just giving my best impression, is all.
Silver just like does that meme where like you just draw angry eyes on yourself.
Yeah, he probably would do that, though.
He like cuts out like pieces of paper and gives himself like fake angry eyebrows.
I'm Shadow, fear me.
I'm Silver. Fear me.
Aw, he's
Oh, Jack
cute.
seems to like Silver being
Silver,
cute.
aw, Silver, you're so intimidating. You were such baby.
I know. Gazelle in disguise wants an encore.
By the way, Gigi, do you have any tips when it comes to inking? 'Cause like occasionally people like always ask, it's like, oh, what type of marker, like what type of brush do you use? Is there a specific way to ink?
Generally, I've inked through a lot of practice, and I'm still arguably figuring it out. One of the biggest things that I try to do when I ink is, I try to use big gestures. I don't go like this. I don't, like, use my finger, my, wrist. I use my entire arm to ink, which, helps if you have, like, a big screen to use, or a piece of paper. But even if you're working on something smaller, just going like this is important. And you could practice inking just boxes and stuff, you know? The biggest thing is black placement, which I know some people were asking me about. Black placement in general is something that I'm figuring out still, but generally it's like wherever there's like a cast shadow of the character, you end up doing that. You end up like putting it there. You also, digital art helps out a lot. It, let's see, helps out so much if you have the undo button, to be honest. But you also have an eraser. But I don't know if that makes sense. It's generally, it's like just about using your entire arm when you're inking.
Ooh. Gigi, do you have time to answer a question?
Of course I do.
Chubby Muffin says, how do you give yourself confidence or motivation for art? Usually I lose all confidence when I draw.
That is a very common feeling with a lot of artists, especially when you first start. Generally, you put your that sounds more like a psychological game, and that you kind of need to get over. Because one of the biggest things with drawing is it's just a skill. Like, that's literally all it is. You know, it's kind of like learning how to plumb a toilet. Like, you're not going to be born knowing how to clean a toilet, but you learn by doing it over and over again. You know, you learn from professionals. I know I'm using cleaning a toilet as an example, but it is true. Like, it's just like I use that as an example because, in my opinion, that's a very boring job. But generally, if that's your job, that's fine. But it's like, that's what it is. It's just a skill. That's literally all art is. And you can learn how to draw very easily through just practicing and being patient with yourself. And a lot of times, you know, if you are having trouble figuring out, like, well, where your voice is, it's also possible that you're trying to put too much expectations on yourself, and you're trying to say, well, I want to be this good already. But you have to realize that one of the biggest things with art is you're going to make like 1,000 bad drawings before you make one decent one, and then you got to draw more than that. And that's not to say that, that's not necessarily trying to discourage anybody, but it is the truth. When you learn how to draw, you're going to eventually draw more and more and more. You know, pace yourself. You know, do what you find is fun. And eventually, through that, I think you'll be able to find more instances of motivation.
Yeah, you are your own worst critic.
I really think it's like a psychological game with all that. Like, unfortunately, art and psychology are very linked. So if you don't feel good, you're not necessarily going to be creating the best that you can. You want to feel good about what you're doing, so.
The more you practice, you'll develop your own style, like all your own. It just really takes a lot of time. It's not like you're not gonna get like a specific style you want straight away. Just the more you practice, you'll get better and better. Like the more you draw, it just takes. It's just like it's a slow process, but like you'll always get good results. It just really takes time and effort and practice, but all in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always compare yourself to yourself, not to anyone else.
Conic. Ooh, who's that?
It's the guy Silver.
Hello.
Wow, you are an hour late.
Hello, Silver.
Fashionably late.
Look, some of us had work, okay?
What?
Yes.
You didn't have to join if you have work.
No.
Wow,
I'm
Silver.
on my way back and I
Silver.
just had dinner just had a shower. Hello.
Hey guys.
It's our good friend
What,
Chaos.
Silver, you had work? I didn't know Scrap kept you that busy.
Oh, I think he left. Okay. Well, he missed.
No, wait, I was confused. Wait, are you talking to me or?
Yeah, it's like, are you talking to the guy Silver or
okay.
Silver?
The guy Silver.
By the way, quick introduction. The guy Silver, yes, very confusing, but the guy Silver, he is the voice actor for Chaos, Antoine, and Mogul.
The
Triple threat.
That's not the triple threat, Silver. You're doing it wrong. Silly goose. Let's see.
I just realized he's AMC, Antoine, Mogul, and Chaos.
Oh.
Also, or just Mac, like Mogul, Antoine, Chaos.
Thank you very much.
Says you should become
Like a Big Mac from McDonald's, home of the greatest chocolate milk ever.
McDonald's. I can't have milk. I wouldn't know.
Did
I
we
mean,
have
chocolate water's
any?
the same, right?
No.
I think, yeah.
Oh, Gigi, I see that you're inking and it's not above where you had it before. Is there a reason why?
There's. What are you talking about?
It's just because when some people ink, I think they sometimes have the feeling that they have to trace over everything when inking.
I
But
mean,
the little circle is in a different spot than you
yeah.
inked it.
Sometimes. Oh yeah. Sometimes I just change the position mid ink.
Well, and it's okay to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So I guess yeah. I mean, it's like, I mean, I'm not the professional here, but I think that like when you sketch, it's okay to change something in the inking process.
Yeah. I mean, I only like Silver's markings in general are just kind of a headache to deal with. So yeah, I change it up a lot.
That's some good art.
There's another question for Gigi in the chat. It says, hold up. Yes. Hey Gigi, how did you come up with the shapes of the energy controllers? Very curious.
Oh god, that's a long story. So it also
It's Do-K. It's D-O and K. That's it.
that's not the energy controllers.
Are you sure?
Yes, they. Okay, look.
They're Do-K.
Look. The energy controllers.
Okie dokie.
Oh god, they really do spell Doke.
We've been over this.
Realize they should have put on your face.
The sons of PlayStation.
Oh my god.
And
What's
you
the
know
getting
what?
square brother?
The square is actually
Yes,
Hi
I
everybody.
approve.
I'm just here to tell you, renew your PlayStation Plus subscription because we're the sons of PlayStation.
So you're saying that Heavis' new name is PlayStation?
We're all gamers.
Let me take a snapshot of this.
When
This
you
goes
realize
into the
it's
chat.
awkward. Okie dokie.
That's the story of the energy controllers, obviously.
No, the actual
Okie dokie.
story of the energy controllers is like they
Okie dokie.
I don't know, like stop. Like the whole thing with them is like they each of them are supposed to represent the character. So like Sonic is a circle because he's more free, he has no angles, he has no limits to his insanity. To his character. And so because of that, he also takes it upon himself to so it's like he's a very free spirit, and with Silver it's like he's a little more angular, like that's why he gets the simple triangle, because he's a bit more angular, but he's not like Shadow where he's like complicated. And that's kind of what the motivation has been for their designs, for like the energy controller designs.
It seems you got a super chat as well.
Oh wow!
Yep.
Thank you very much, Random
From
Tall.
Random Till, they ask, what first inspired your art? Were you always inspired by Sonic?
No, I was inspired originally by my mom. She was she used to be an art. Yeah, baby hours with Didi. I used to
Baby. Gigi loves their mommy.
yeah, I love my mom, and you should too. You know what? Treat your mom. Make sure to. Anyways, so yeah, but she taught me how to draw, and she wasn't able to live out the dream of becoming an artist because her family was one of those that's like, art will never be a career for you. It's impossible. You'll be starving artists. But she believed in me a lot, so that's kind of where it started.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's really
It
awesome.
warms up my cold, dead, non-existent heart.
Oh my god.
Again, thank you for the $5, Random Tail. It was a
Yeah.
good question to hear from BBGG.
Baby Gigi. Is that seriously what you're
Yes.
gonna refer to?
First we had a baby Jamie, and now we have baby Gigi.
Ugh.
Hey,
Gigi,
Welcome to
you
the
were-
baby squad.
It's
You are
funny-
baby.
No, I am not baby.
Yes, you are.
baby.
You are
Oh!
all baby.
Ugh. You're making me cringe.
Would you rather be a clown or a baby? Come on.
Neither.
Maybe a baby clown.
Yes.
Clown.
No!
Clown.
Give that
Star!
man a promotion. He's our new CAO.
What? Silver can't even run a company, let alone he can't even run, let alone run any.
can do anything he puts his mind to.
He is.
Now that we're talking about Silver, hey Silver, how do you feel about your creator being called a baby?
Well, it takes a lot of heat off my shoulders because everybody calls me a baby. So, maybe Creator is a baby.
Someone throwing you under the bus.
Yo, he didn't just throw me under the bus. He threw me underneath the boat, the bus, the car, the
What?
Uber.
No. Hugs for Creator. I would never say that.
Silver's
Final-
biggest baby. Ah.
I'm going to begrudgingly accept this hug.
Well, that's great.
Great.
Mod Topaz says baby clown.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ooh, I just actually I'm a dummy. I noticed that the mouth it's not it's not a complete straight line. There's like a little gap.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just a little style thing. Like anime things do that.
It's like I think it's like to give off the illusion of the mouth looking more full and not just like an awkward side smile, right?
Yeah, I don't want to make it too boring. I'm already kind of like meh with this, but yeah,
No, you're doing great.
thanks,
Give him a
dude.
little tongue. Just give him like a little blap.
There.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Win.
Silver bleps.
Red Head Talk.
Why is Silver the baby?
He's the youngest.
Why?
Boss baby.
Oh my god, Silver, what do you think of all this nonsense?
Well, I think that a lot of people generally say that because of my age, or maybe my voice, maybe my height, probably a lot of things. But, well, everybody's awesome all the same, so I don't really mind what they say. You guys are all great.
Oh,
No, they call you a baby because of that, because you're very sweet.
my heart.
Like candy.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, they have like baby bottle pops. It has a candy
Baby
like shaped
bottle
like a
pop.
baby bottle.
Baby bottle pop.
Wait, we should probably not say it because we might get copyrighted.
Oh, no.
No, we would! You would be surprised!
Yes, copyrighted for singing the super old baby bottle pot jingle.
They're gonna come after us now.
I don't even think that commercial comes on
Ah,
TV
man.
anymore.
You
Really?
think.
I don't think the sweets exist anymore. I've not seen anything like that beyond.
You
I see them
guys.
sometimes when I check things out at the grocery store. I see them on like like when you go check out things in the grocery store. There's like this little side rack of just candies. I normally see the baby bottle pops sometimes in those.
See, over here in the UK, they were called Big Baby Pops or Big Baby Pops, and I haven't seen anything like those for a good maybe 11, 12 years.
Baby bops?
Big Baby Pops or Pops, I can't remember that.
Oh, I was like, oh my gosh, you're
I'm
copywriting
seeing-
freaking Barney the
Also
dinosaur.
chat?
Yeah, like would Silver ever like to try a baby bottle pop? Would he like that?
I'm always open to trying new things, but sure. I like candy, so I'll definitely try it.
You'll get his first
Get
sugar
him one
rush.
now.
that's for
Yeah,
sure.
it's yeah, definitely Sugar Rush. Cause like they like if anyone like wants to Google them, you can. But it's like these like baby bottle pop like shaped candies, and you can like twist the top off, and you can dip it into the
So,
bottom part, which is like a bunch
The
of
top
sugar.
of it's
I'm
like
sorry.
the
I don't mean to go on a tangent.
tutorial has
This
been.
tutorial.
It's delicious sugar.
Yeah, okay. We got way off topic. What is wrong with you people?
Look, we're drawing silver, and which means that silver needs to have everything, even
Yeah,
candy.
But speaking-
educating the baby.
Yes.
Look,
He's
speaking.
not a
Wait,
bee.
hang on. Speaking of Silver, our moderator Jamie asked, Silver, have you gone through puberty?
No.
Have I gone through puberty? I don't think so. My voice is still pretty high. If I can say so.
Oh no! It returns.
Start!
Oh god.
Well,
Baby, I'm coming
Sonic
after
and
you.
Shadow said, at some point, as I grow up, my voice will change. And I wasn't really sure when it would do that, but
Oh my
I'm
god.
pretty sure it'll happen at some point.
I'm going feral.
Maybe some point in the future, my voice will change. I'm not really sure, but then again, it could change at any time.
Oh my god. It's worse because Silver's like 13 and a half.
Oh.
Just know that your voice is just perfect the way it is.
Thanks, Hefus. You're wrong, but thank you.
You really
Oh,
are
thank
wrong.
you very much. I really do appreciate it. Thanks.
Father.
God, sorry.
Look what you did. Everyone.
I'm trying to be family friendly, and I want to describe something very graphic because of that.
No! No!
No.
H, restrain yourself.
I'm not. But all I'm saying is I really don't like the voice.
Overlord will not be all too pleased.
I don't like the voice. But the
Oh.
back where you got them from. Go back to the shelf. Put your candy back. No.
It's gonna be
Ooh, but
okay.
I love the little creases in his boots with the lines.
Thank
and-
you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
well-
like it really is important to remember like the creases in the clothing, even like in the shoes, right?
Let me see. Let me zoom out.
Makes it look more natural. Naturale? I don't know.
Naturally.
Dang, that's a good.
Natural. Gosh. Natural. Big.
Silver's got that battle-ready face going on. I love it.
You know,
All right,
I was gonna say,
Xylo.
All he's missing now, just give him a lightsaber and he'll be ready.
Hang on. I got you.
He's getting ready to defend the chocolate milk that Apollo very much wants to take from him.
Does this make Xylo Darth Vader or something?
No! Yes.
Somebody do find out.
Ching!
He has the high ground.
Oh, well, green card of crystal. Okay.
Yeah,
There's
he's.
the high ground, Anakin.
It's over, Shadow! I have the high ground! The
Oh.
chocolate milk is mine!
Oh my god.
Is that what they do, like, when on their days off? When they're not fighting the forces of evil?
They're just like chilling in their room, and then just like they get like lightsabers out, and there's like in their room.
Yeah, like a toy swords.
Oh my god, like, they have god powers. They could probably make lightsabers.
Shadow makes
Oh my
God
God.
possible.
It's like it's like that one video with like, Aaron from Game Grumps is like fighting with like this other guy with the lightsabers, and that's pretty much just Shadow and Silver on their days off, just battling with like lightsabers.
Oh my gosh, their lightsaber colors are perfect, honestly. What, Silver would have a green one, Sonic would have a blue one, and Shadow would probably have red.
Yes.
Probably have a yellow covered crystal, to be honest.
We are not nerding out here.
Shadow would have like a
Hey.
purple lightsaber because those are really rare.
By the way, did we have any more questions? I'm sorry if we haven't gotten to anybody.
We did. Yeah, we did have one question like from earlier. Someone asked, question, what would you say about the progress of TMOM issue 14? Just curious.
Guys. Issue 14.
GG.
I mean,
It's coming.
at least they're asking nicely and not just demanding. Like everyone, I'm really happy that people are being patient about it at the very least.
Yeah. It's coming along. That is all. You can check out the progress on my DeviantArt.
Hey,
Yes.
look, another question. For
Raw
Eagle.
chocolate milk behind silver.
protecting chocolate milk. So 26T asks, Eagle, question. Do you draw? You got some good eyes for some artsy stuff. Thumbs up emoji.
Oh, I don't really, I barely draw enough like the rest of our staff and Gigi does. I dabble in a little bit. I might try to draw more soon, but yeah, I don't do as much.
And
Oh,
we got another
thanks.
super chat.
Oh, thank
We
you
do?
very much, Random Tail, once more.
Ooh.
Do you do the flip trick when drawing from Random Tail?
What's the flip trick?
I have absolutely no idea.
Am I gonna have to Google that?
Oh, when you flip the canvas, so you don't like lean one way with the drawing.
Oh no, I should. Well, that's the thing. Like, so what's cool about this screen here, if you look at my video, it actually does this. Like, it turns for you. So I can do this, or I can work like this.
Wow, amazing, incredible. I
Thank
can
you.
totally see what you're doing.
Ooh.
I thought you were quoting the announcer from Sonic Colors. The good, great, awesome.
Outstanding, amazing.
So,
Amazing.
a question for Silver from Nahimi. Does Silver have a girlfriend?
I don't know, Silver. Do you have a girlfriend?
I have a friend who's a girl.
What's her name?
Well, Blaze. But you know, we're just hanging out and stuff.
Hanging out, he said.
No. I mean,
Ooh.
you know, like,
Interesting.
Oh, who just joined?
Interesting.
you know, there's like, you know, we like looking at the clouds and telling knock jokes and all that other kind of stuff. But
We
you know,
So, like a date.
Oh, Gigi, someone has appeared in our chat. Would you mind introducing them?
No! How could you?
I cannot,
Just,
I cannot,
just
I cannot like this person.
It's a baby Jamie.
well, this is Jamie. So Jamie and Honey both collaborated on the Lover of Me series. If you guys have not played The Lover of Me, you totally should. It's our TMOM fan game, and it is quite awesome. Jamie helped program the majority of the game, if not, I think, all of the game, huh? And Jamie also helped out with our entire staff, in a sense of being a moderator, the Christmas special, and is one of our editors for the series. Hello?
Gigi talking.
Oh my gosh, I deafened you guys.
We couldn't.
Hi, Gigi.
The people in this chat could, I mean, the stream could hear you, but we couldn't.
So, if those are confused, I accidentally just deafened and muted the rest of the cast. I was basically saying Jamie is the one that also helped out with the Lover of Me. And also edits and stuff like that.
Wait, does that mean the stream missed my whole introduction of Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was our introduction. Yes. Hi, Jamie. Welcome to our welcome to the stream.
Oh crap.
Hey! Language.
You're getting very
said
close
C.
to.
I said carp.
Swear
That's
jar.
Fine.
Anytime a curse word is said on stream, we just like insert the sonic ring sound over the word.
Uh-oh, nickel in the swear jar.
Okay, we have a question. What would happen if Zado took Silver's chocolate milk?
What would happen?
I don't know. What would happen if somebody stole my chocolate milk?
What about if we flush it down the toilet?
No, it's
I'll flush them down the toilet.
I also finished inking.
Yay!
Yay!
So now it's time to color. Yay!
Yay!
Yeah.
Also,
What
you may
is-
calm down, my son. I have a glass right here for you.
Question for Silver by Unicorn Sisters. Do you love chocolate so much that you will protect it?
Do I love chocolate milk so much that I'll protect it? Definitely, sure. Because, well, it's great. And if you protect it, you have more for later. So,
Guys, I
definitely.
figured out that Silver does have a girlfriend. It's chocolate milk.
Ah, yes. How could we have not known?
The Blaze story was but a
He was right in
decoy.
front of us all along.
All along.
I've never thought of it that way.
Silver, you'd kill somebody for chocolate milk, but you wouldn't kill somebody if they attacked Blaze. Or would you?
If somebody attacked Blaze, I'd do anything to protect her. Are you kidding me?
Anything, huh?
Well, I mean,
So far,
oh,
if you,
what's up?
if you had to choose between chocolate milk and Blaze, what would you choose? You can only pick one.
What? There's no contest, no hesitation. I have to protect Blaze, of course.
Oh.
Even if it means giving up chocolate
Interesting.
milk for the rest of your life?
What? Blaze is worth more than chocolate milk, guys.
I'm crying.
So,
Okay, so we actually have a question
why
for
do we cross
Jamie.
it all out?
Yeah.
When
Oh.
did you start coding? Any advice? I'm starting off on here, and hope I can get some.
Who is making out with their mic?
Silver drinking milk.
So coding, I've gotten started with coding way back when I was little. I started with JavaScript, then like gave up because I couldn't figure it out, and then I started with Python when I started with TMOM, and I kind of just self off of like based on many forums and also the code that was already existing through H. But I was supposed to be making a Portal visual novel a long while ago, and that never worked out. So I guess some of my knowledge came from researching visual novels back when I had that previous project I was, and yada yada yada. Jamie rambles too much. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
I would
will say,
just
oh, sorry.
do some. I would do some on what kind of code you feel would work best with you. Coding in itself is really difficult. I mean, whatever code works for you. Some people work with JavaScript, some people work with Python. It's up to your own devices.
I will say that there are many online resources nowadays that you can teach yourself how to code, like full actual online classes for coding. For example, if you want to do websites, Java and HTML are your best bet. If you want to make games, Java, Python if you're a beginner, and Ruby are your best bet.
I'm coloring Silver now.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to ask something about that earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt anyone.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, so like when you start coloring any character, because I noticed that you put in a color in the background before you started, like you filled the entire canvas with gray.
Mhm.
Is there a reason as to why you did that?
Silver in general is a very light colored character, so when you put it in white, it's like kind of hard to see if I mess up or if I don't fill in the right gaps. So I put in a slightly darker color or a mid-tone, so that way I can see where I've missed and if I missed anything. Why am I yawning?
Oh, sleepy baby.
I'm not a sleepy baby.
Sleepy
Is it
clown.
Sleepy
Taking
Time
the
Junction?
train to Sleepy Time.
Oh my god.
When
Anywho,
was the first time Silver drank chocolate milk, and how did it happen?
Lord. Are you asking me or Silver?
Any.
Because in the comic he hasn't drinking chocolate milk yet.
So is chocolate milk just like a secret addiction?
Oh my god.
It's my gamer drink when I'm playing video games.
Oh, Silver, there's a couple of questions. When was the first time Silver drank chocolate milk, and how did it happen?
Yeah, they just asked that, Sammy.
Oh,
You
oh,
clown!
I'm big clown.
Clown.
Oh my god.
What are you doing? What's the selection?
You'll see.
Okay, then.
Just kidding. I'm testing out the shadows. So I'm trying to do like a thing where I'm doing like basic shadows, and right now. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to figure out what would be best for Silver shadow wise. I think this is okay, but I think I want to go just a teeny bit lighter. There we go. So that's what he would look like in shadow, and when I light it up, it looks something like that. So I hit the layer to multiply.
Just went to the dark side.
Also yes. But
And I'm guessing like it's a bunch of like layer settings and overlay and whatever.
It's just multiply for this one. The biggest one is I just use multiply for the shadow layer. What is Photoshop doing? And let's see.
Yeah.
But it's underneath the what's it called? The line art for Silver.
Right. So I guess like for like people that have Photoshop out there, just like you can follow those settings.
Oh,
Yes.
There's some raunchy question in the chat.
Well, we're not answering a raunchy question.
Nope.
Alright.
I actually have a question for myself actually.
What's up, fam?
So when you color any character, because you have to like shade and add lighting and everything, the solid colors that you first use, they look a little bit different from the final version, right?
Mhm.
Maybe.
Yeah, this is before I added in any effects or shadows to it.
Shadows.
So if you feel like the
Funny.
color isn't like right, then you don't have to really worry about it at first because you're gonna add a bunch of other stuff to it to where it looks like
Mhm.
the color.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go a little more painfully with this.
All right.
But
And I guess some people also when you do the characters like eyes, like are they pure white like in terms of color code?
the highlight.
Like when you color in the eyes at first before you add any shading, is it like a super light gray or is it just completely paper
Very
white?
super light gray. Very super light gray.
All right. Yeah, those are my questions.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah.
Question from the chat. Curlia 78 killers. Gigi, I have a question. Can I make a speed painting of one of your characters?
You don't need to ever ask permission to make fan art of TMOM. Go for it. The Xylo Cave does. Whenever you guys make fan art of the Xylo Cave, I am echoing on someone's device.
You heard it here first, Curlia.
But you can actually.
You also do have like.
One of the things that we can do is we also have the playlist dedicated to our like playlist of fan art and stuff like that, speed paints or other comic dubs, but yeah, generally yeah, you're totally okay. You're totally allowed to do whatever it is that you feel like with fan art stuff. Never need permission from me, that's for sure.
Yeah, we love your guys' fan art so much.
Yes.
Did you really like it?
We have a special
Yeah.
channel in the Discord server for it all.
Heck yeah. Feeling art,
Oh,
express yourself.
yeah. We'll be posting links to like the Discord server if you guys haven't joined yet. Like if you guys made like fan art for the Zai, please post in that channel and we'll greatly appreciate it.
Sammy, you are breaking up bad.
Oh, shoot. Hold up. I'm sorry. I'll rejoin the call and then I'll come back. I'll
Alright.
BRB.
Okie dokie.
Ooh, that's a nice brush for the.
That is.
Jessica Strom asks, do you have an original Sonic chair?
Yeah. I mean, I have Xylo, Hephis, Celios, and Soul. Oh, there's Chaos.
Yeah, chaos.
Chaos.
But what about Nitro? God of War.
That is a prototype
about him.
character, and we don't talk about him for a reason.
And then I guess there's also Scrap in a way.
Yeah, Scrap.
Yeah, there's Scrap.
Yeah.
Original characters, do not steal.
Oh my gosh.
Can you hear me now, Smarts?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, now you big loud.
Hi, Sammy.
Hello?
Stand back.
You're still breaking up a
Hi.
little bit.
Right.
Oh.
Jamie's actually heading out. Everyone say bye, Jamie.
Oh, bye again,
Bye.
Jamie.
Bye,
Oh,
Jamie.
see you later, Jimmy.
Amy.
Okay.
Oh, dude,
We're still watching.
Bed.
yeah, I'm like watching the shading process. And, like, there's so many different brushes and like erasing and reapplying and it's
Ooh,
so
we have a question for
cool.
Evis.
Smart says that both me and Honey are very quiet.
I don't know.
And that might be your volume issues because the audio through the stream is from the Discord call.
Yeah, and my
Listen,
audio
I got
is
you.
turned fully up.
Well, it's turned fully up for me now.
At least on mine it was fully up.
Yes.
But you know, the shading process is really, really interesting. Like watch in real time.
Yeah, I mean,
don't
it's
know
a.
how I
This
would
is.
fix my audio.
I fixed it. It's fine.
And I think for like anyone that uses Photoshop, like if you are ever concerned about what brushes, like that might be better. You can always experiment with you can look up how to make your own custom brushes, even find some free ones and just experiment.
Very possible. Yes. Oh my god. That's what I wanted.
A question from Luna Starlight for Hephis. What did Hephis do when he was alive?
That's a pretty spoiler question, huh, Hephis?
I did
Oh.
things.
Thank you, Hephis.
And that is all you need to know.
What kind of things?
Well, you know
Clearly godly things.
things.
Very
He
important
did
godly
backwards.
things.
Did those things involve playing Animal Crossing New Horizons on your Nintendo Switch?
Possibly.
How?
What's your native fruit?
Oh my gosh.
Hephis, did you accidentally choose the southern hemisphere instead of the northern hemisphere like your son did?
Are you calling me out again?
Silver. You know what
Oh.
Do not judge my son.
Let's try not to get too off topic.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. But I know that there were some people that had questions in relation to some drawing stuff, but I didn't get a chance to see them.
Oh, did they? Alright, let me scroll up here. Yeah, if anyone has any like questions about like how to draw specifically, like definitely ask them for sure.
Yeah.
If you haven't
Oh,
been
there's
already.
several questions now. Who wants to ask Gigi?
Huh?
Okay, Mirror Me asks Gigi, do you know about Ghosts of the Future and what do you think about it?
I think it's great.
There you go.
And Gigi's friends with Evan Stanley. Small world.
No, right? It's almost like they work together at the same comic company.
Yeah, both her and I work for IDW. Oh, Silver, you were.
Well, I added the TMOM plays when.
Thinking face, thinking face.
A question from Topaz. What is the brush that has a rough texture?
It's a brush that I bought from Aaron Blaze. I'm just softening a lot of it up.
I don't even hear Gigi anymore now.
No, they said like it was a brush from Aaron Grace. Is that the name?
Yeah.
Yeah, also I'm echoing over somebody. Hang on. Silver, the guy Silver, you're echoing.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Give me 1 second then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
it's not related to silver per se, but it is an art related question, I guess. Actually, I guess there's two now. First is what app or tablet do you use, and how long did it take you to be pro on it?
I don't use an app, and I don't use a necessary. I do use a tablet, but it's called a Cintiq. It's not like an like a tablet where it's like an iPhone or an iPad. It's a strictly professional use machine, and I guess that answers the question, huh?
Yeah, it's a Cintiq.
Yeah.
So
Very expensive.
But I use I use Photoshop CC, which is not an app yet, from what I understand.
It's a software though.
It is a software that you can get on your computer.
So another question for Heavis apparently, from Wiz. Did you often choose your work over your brothers when you were still alive? Is that why Xylo dislikes you so much?
I like how they're trying to get spoilers.
No spoilers. You are just going to have to be patient. And wait.
He misses boy.
But also how another question was how long did it take you to finish your cover for the IDW comics?
Took me a while. I mean, like, I don't know. I like that cover a lot too. It took me a while. I didn't color it. That was someone else that colored it, but I did draw it, and it was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty lit.
Yeah.
I did it like it took like several weeks. No, it took about a week and a half to draw all those characters.
Ooh, there's two really good art related ones. I guess I'll ask this one first since I saw it beforehand. Do you have a go-to brush for shading? Like for example, airbrush, normal pen, /pencil, etc.
When I do comics, I use a hard round brush, which kind of looks a little something like this. Like it's basically just that. And but right now I'm kind of experimenting a little bit. I'm using the stream as an excuse to experiment a little bit. But at the moment, I'm honestly just, using a mixture of a few brushes. I mean, I cycle around a lot of brushes. So generally it's still pretty varied. Let's see. I mostly use like the standard brushes though. Anyway, sorry. What were you saying?
No, you're fine. Yeah, I never want to cut you off from your
I know.
amazing art tips.
Stop!
So good. I cry.
Oh my gosh.
But somebody did ask, so Gigi, why did you start your sketch from the body and not from the head? That's just so unusual and interesting, and I wonder if you start drawing characters like that all the time.
Yes.
That too.
One of the biggest things that I learned in college is when you draw from the head, you don't really know what the pose is going to be, so it's smarter to think about what your pose is going to be first before you draw like the rest of your body. So when you draw, the Silver's chest first, you want to do that first. You want to figure out what his pose is because you don't want to have like a random pose where he doesn't really like know what he's doing. You'd rather get that figured out first before you draw where the head's gonna be, because the head position also changes often when you're sketching. Like you'll draw the head first and then you'll draw the body and then you realize, oh, the body's going this way, so you gotta go and sketch the head, and it's like a lot of time wasted on just unneeded, like just might as well get the pose right first.
Some knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Exactly.
And Knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, this is the other good one. I noticed, question for Gigi. I noticed you have a sandy/green texture on your pages, especially on a recent one. Is that a brush or a filter?
It's a filter. I use a royalty-free watercolors that I totally can use and did not just take from a place.
By recent pages, it should be worth pointing out that we do have an extra colorist on the team. Gigi, would you mind introducing them?
They're not in the chat though.
But
Shout out.
yeah,
I do have a colorist that's helping me out, and she will be having her time. Well, they will be having their time in the spotlight soon. For now, just know that they will be helping me out with issue 14, so that way I can get it done faster so everyone can stop asking me for issue 14. And then instead, they could just ask me for issue 13. I mean, 15. They'll be like, alright, issue 14's out, okay, where's 15?
But Gigi, I want issue 14 now.
I know you want it, but...
But Gigi, when's issue 1 coming out?
Wait, what?
When is issue 1 coming out?
You know what? I don't know.
When is
man.
issue 16 coming out?
When is it? Yeah, right?
We want all the issues, Gigi.
Right now.
And clearly you have a million arms to be able to do them all.
I wish.
So much
Dude,
free
I'm so
time.
hyped for issue 394.
I have a question.
T-Mom's probably gonna have like 50 issues.
Hey,
Like,
issue.
legit.
When's GG 14 coming out?
Oh my gosh.
Save Sonic.
No! I hate that comment.
for
Gigi,
our
here
question,
you can finish TMOM in a few hours.
Oh, okay, yeah, understandable.
just let's not get too off topic, but we have a question from Wolf Gamer that says, Gigi, what gave you the idea to start the murder of me?
This is a common question I get, but generally, I started TMOM through the inspiration of just wanting a story that's actually about Sonic Shadow Silver. Because there's not a lot of content that features Silver in Shadow. Generally speaking, there's really nothing. There's, like, you know, the comic that was mentioned before, Ghost of the Future, it has Sonic Shadow Silver in it, but Shadow is not one of the main characters, and Silver and Sonic are kind of the main focus of the comic. And it's not necessarily about the characters themselves, it's more about the situation. Teens Play and Child's Play is a little more Triple S centric, but it's more about the characters in the world than it is about Sonic Shadow Silver. And I just really wanted a story, for me at least, that just focused on the characters and less about, like, the craziness of the world. Like, that's mostly what it's motivated by. And, like, again, like, the comics that I mentioned, by the way, are great. They're really good. Everyone that reads them, for those who don't know, by the way, I'm referring to some Sonic fan comics that are very popular. And those are totally fine. They're great. I love those stories to death. It's just, that was what I wanted to that's what I wanted to see. TMOM is what I want to see in the content that's out there. So
Respect.
I actually have a question for myself that maybe you would like to enlighten the chat about. So, like, with how you're shading Silver now, is there like a specific like light source that helps you figure out where to put the shadow and where to put the lights?
like, when you shade for a while, you get used to where the light source is. But right now, Silver has like, he's gonna have 2 light sources and he's gonna have some backlight. But at the moment, Silver has there we go. Right now, Silver's kind of like, he has shadows underneath his eyes for a reason. It's to showcase like that there is a light above him more so than anything else. So that's kind of where it more or less comes from.
Oh, shading's so good.
Thanks.
Watching it is just so aesthetic.
Yeah, and the lines are still ooh, I feel like, okay, are the lines, is it to keep them from, when you color and stuff and shade, is it to keep it from going outside the line
Yes.
art?
Yes.
Guessed it! Yes.
Are you happy, Eagle?
Very happy.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
But I'm
Gigi,
sure
we have
with-
another question. Oh, sorry, Eagle.
Oh no, I was just gonna say real quick, like I'm sure with like, you know, looking up a couple Photoshop things, you can figure out how to select. It's pretty much just selecting all in Photoshop.
Yeah. We have cool. We have a question from Kat Katon. He says, I have a question. Hey Gigi, so David has also told me about the way I draw shoes. Any way you can throw me an easy way on going about drawing the shoes? By David, we mean David from IDW.
Generally Sonic shoes, they're all each kind of different. I don't know what specifically he may have said about the shoes, but one thing you want to do is make sure that the characters at least look grounded or in the actual plane. You don't want to make them look too floaty, because then that can ruin the composition. So that's really the biggest thing, is just focusing on keeping your characters grounded and having them match where they're standing at anyways. Shoes in general are tricky, but I highly recommend, honestly, studying shoes. Like, what makes them work and why, you know, like three-dimensional studyings on why they work and stuff like that. I know that's like a typical answer, but it is a really good way of studying.
Like, is it? Could you even like possibly like study your own shoes?
Yeah.
Your real life shoes.
Yeah, you can use yourself as reference. Like, you can also just use references for shoes.
Right,
Yeah,
like just look up a bunch of pictures of shoes and just use it. Like, there's no shame in using references.
No,
to, like,
there's not.
Not like, you know, not completely like tracing over it, but just like having a picture to look at.
Yeah. Very much so. I'm going a little extra on the shading here.
No, it's perfect.
Okay, so you just calm down.
Another question.
He
Another question from. Another question from our moderator Topaz. Hey Dad, got another question. Not sure if I ever saw it, but do you also do lineless art or just with lines? Would be interesting.
I do lineless art. It's just for now I'm doing with line art because this is like the style I do. But lineless art is like more of just painting. Whoa. Somebody's calling. Atif is calling. He says, "Where's the cheese?"
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring. Ring,
Coming
ring.
soon, the Xylo Cave ringtones, only 99 cents each.
Wow, that is a
Calling
really
this
good
number
deal.
now.
It's really cheap.
That's actually a
But,
really good deal.
I don't know, but Gigi, you do sometimes do landless art, like in that one panel with Hefis.
Yeah.
Right?
And TMOM itself, I don't do it often, but yeah, I do mindless art. That in itself is a fun time. But it is fun.
Can I do like a small PSA real quick to the chat?
Yeah, is everything okay?
Stop repeating your questions, you fools.
No, they need to repeat their questions because we
it's
can't
okay.
see it. It's okay to repeat their questions. They don't know if it was answered or not, so I tell them that they can repeat the questions. That's my B.
I know, but they're just
It's okay.
spamming it like every 2 seconds.
If we have answered it, we won't necessarily answer it, but generally we encourage everybody to ask their questions several times because they might have just come in and stuff like that, and we'd like to kind of be there to answer any questions. Because I've answered the same question before, but I don't mind answering them again. So that's
right,
just
because some people might like not watch, like they might only watch this tutorial or a different one. They might miss something since these tutorials tend to run long.
Yeah, I don't mind.
You know what? Valid. Y'all still fools though.
They're not fools. But let's see.
Ooh,
They
ooh. I like.
with
Okay,
clowns.
this question's a little bit from. I like this question though. From Porter V. For both Gigi and voice actors, what was the hardest for you when learning your occupations? What's the easiest?
That's a good question. Staff. I've been a part of the
it's a
staff
good
before
question.
any of them, so I don't count. I can't answer this because I've started this way before they got here. So I don't know. I just wanted to tell a TMOM story.
You just wanted to tell a story with the triple S's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Seville, what about you? You can answer that question.
Huh? What?
I think like maybe one of the the thing with doing the voice acting, it's like if I were to say what the hardest thing was, I would say maybe trying to find the right pitch to match the character. Like it's like the more you practice, it gets easier, and it's like that is with like anything though, but like it's just like first starting off, you're not gonna get that certain like voice that you want right away. Like you kind of what you want to do is kind of practice doing a voice like over and over. Like say for example, you're trying to say or find a certain pitch to match a character, or like just make a voice entirely on your own. Like try mimicking something that you're inspired by. Like say there's a voice you want to try to but just say there's a voice you're inspired by, you kind of want to sound like it. Like try to like mimic what you hear back and kind of just like try the best you can to just I guess like impersonate what you hear, and it's like it kind of rubs off in your performance like in a good way. And it's just like it just takes a lot of practice and everything, but overall it's just it is like a really good idea to just like practice a lot, because you can really perfect your voice for whatever you're going for, like whether it be a character or just like any other like roles you want to like pursue. Does that make sense?
I absolutely agree. But I have to add is like it's not necessarily I know what you were saying overall. Mimicry is a very good way of going about it. There are multiple different elements that go into a performance and pitch. Yeah, but that's too long of a list to go through in this one stream alone. But it's also just figuring it out, just in general. Especially if you're starting off, because your voice is not going to be as strong as you think it will.
Listen to the director. Always be able to take critique.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's very.
You have to take critique. You have to accept critique. If someone tells you, hey, your Xylo voice is a little off there, don't let that discourage you. You want to use that critique to make yourself better, and you can't necessarily turn yourself away from critique, especially when you're in the industry.
Feedback is very important, and just like Gigi.
But anyways, that wasn't when they were asking.
Yeah, honestly, I wanna answer the question too, but it's like everyone else has pretty much said what I wanted to say.
I can't answer the question because I'm not a voice actor.
Well, they said like voice actor and staff, I think.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah.
you asked me to answer the question as well earlier. But I can't.
I mean, you can answer like what is the easiest part of the job and what's the hardest.
No idea.
Okay, cool. Thank you for your answer. Very
Thank
nice.
you, Cyril. Very cool.
Very cool.
I'm not a voice actor, I'm a baker.
Okay. It's not about voice acting, but okay.
There was another question. Oh, sorry. Whoa.
Oh no, I was just saying. I see a question in the chat. Question for Hefis. Can you please can you please use one word to describe your son?
It cannot be perfect.
There is not one word that describes how proud I am of them.
That's actually really cute. So cute. That's actually really, really cute. That's like kawaii boy. I'm almost done with the first layer of shadows, by the way.
Ooh, it looks, dude, it looks so good. Like
Thanks. I made Silver's head like kind of a balloon, but whatever.
balloon head. It doesn't look like that at all, but
Oh, thank you.
it's really funny to say balloon head.
I mean, I think he is.
I think it looks fine. It looks like it makes him look like he's got really fluffy quills. So it's like I think it looks fine.
But
fluffy boy.
there is another question real quick. Gigi, how long does it usually take for you to make a comic page?
A long time, sometimes 2 days. So imagine, like me working on issue 14. It's like it takes me a while to get those pages done because they're all fully colored. That's really what takes so long. And there's a lot of backgrounds. Like there's a lot of things that are very important to the backgrounds, of the setting, where they are. Speech bubbles takes about 30 minutes generally. It takes a long time in general to make a comic page, especially for something like TMOM.
Yeah, because like especially like with how long that it normally just takes to just do one character tutorial, right? So it's like imagine that like plus the backgrounds, the other characters, the speech bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Question from Corn Dog. A little question to all. How did you select the voice actors?
So I selected so I was the one that selected the voice actors, sort of like take the pedestal. And I was the one that judged them based off of their voice demos. And the biggest requirements I have for my staff is: are they a fan of TMOM? Are they going to be with TMOM for a while? Do they actually care about the content they're working on? And then, are they able to take critique? Are they able to be able to work with others? Are they respectful of basic necessities like LGBTQ, mental health, so on and so forth? Are they respectful to other staff? Are they respectful to the fans? So on and so forth. I mean, there's a very professional process that I follow, and voice actors have to fulfill all those requirements. They can't just sound good. They also need to be able to work with me. And, I mean, I love the voice actors we have now anyways. They're perfect to work with. They're great. Very sweet. I don't think I could have chosen any better voice actors.
oh.
Oh my god. Oh well, Gigi, we love you too, man. You're awesome.
I love you. I love you guys too. I love everybody.
Mm.
You guys really make my my day. I love working with you guys. I love working with everybody in the TMOM. Everything. It's such an amazing experience.
Oh, smooches.
My heart.
It's true. Like seriously, you know the voice actors. Seriously, but yeah, that's how I select them. I select them through that basis. So it's a bit of a strict guideline, but.
Dracana can ask, who is the youngest voice actor?
I think Joseph is. But I don't want to say because I don't actually know for sure. I don't also want to reveal their age without like them being here and them saying it's okay. But just maybe yeah, that's your answer.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
informative.
Thank you. I'm really good at answer questions.
Yes,
Also,
it's-
I've been seeing this
so
one
much.
question. I've been seeing this one question pop up a lot. Do any of the voice actors have bloopers? If so, what happens? What happened?
I mean, most of the time they just curse, and we can't use that. It's true.
Yeah, like you would think that bloopers would be like super funny and interesting to watch. It's just a lot of like, dang it, I messed it up. Gotta do it again."
Except they don't say "dang it." They say "F word, F word, D word, F word, A word."
nickel jar.
The nickels.
or just like cut themselves off, or it's not as interesting as you think. I mean, although I think it's very rarely is there something like a gem worthy of like a blooper.
Yeah. What's more important is getting the content out. I like bloopers too, don't get me wrong. But I think it's more important to just like have the voice actors be, do their lines and do their lines differently. But it is true, like, technically speaking, the bloopers from the Christmas special, Shadow, he says, here's a fun fact. So in the Christmas special of The Murder of Me, Joseph says lines that are not in the script, and we kept them, and they were improv lines. And it was, when Shadow goes, come on, stupid snow, like, and then he says, it's beautiful! That was not a part of the script, but we kept it. And then, what was also not part of the script was him going, Merry Christmas from the Xylo Cave. Like, that entire spiel was just him improving as Shadow.
That's truly
Amazing.
adorable to know.
What about his iconic line where he said Christmas?
Oh, yeah, the way that actually was in the script. I told him this like weirdly sound. Like I didn't like I was gonna be like, you have to make it in quotations, so you have to emphasize Christmas. He's like Christmas, and then I was like, all right, that's perfect.
That was cool.
Oh my god.
The Christmas special gives me giggles.
Yeah. But yeah, that's mostly why we don't have any bloopers in the past, because a lot of times we really aren't allowed to post it on YouTube. We're not allowed to post curse word related things. But
The bracelets are so shiny. The gems
Yeah.
are so shiny.
yeah, boy.
Bling.
Bling.
Silver's got that bling.
Doubling.
Shing, sparkle, sparkle.
True. Sorry, did we have another question? I'm sorry, guys.
I don't know.
Sorry, I thought somebody was saying something.
Galaxy Proof asks, Scrap, what is your opinion on Untainted Xylo?
Hang on.
Let me tell you about my master. His Majesty, in all of his glory, is without a doubt perfect and sublime in every single sense of the word. You will never see me not worship the ground that God walks on, whether he has ears or no ears. I will accept him either way.
Thank you, Strap.
Ears or no ears.
Hey. Incredible, Scrap. Very cool.
Thank you, Scrap.
Very cool.
I hope that answered y'all's question.
Chat,
Ooh.
ask more Scrap questions.
Another question. Hey Gigi, you and the staff are one of my big time inspirations, so I want to ask, how do you manage the pages? Like, do you read other comics and take notes, or did you learn it in college? This was from Porter Vegan, by the way.
Comics in general, I learned through. Oh, jeez, I didn't mean to do that. Comics in general, I learned through the Sonic comics. Really, they're really good references. Seeing how the Sonic comic artists do their stuff and watching them, be able to tell a story through just 20 pages is really good inspiration. I highly recommend, if you're getting into comics, that's a good reference and place to start.
Ooh, a comic's only 20 pages?
Yes. Comics are only 20 pages. TMOM is not only 20 pages. TMOM's usually about 30. Sometimes 40. In issue 14's case, Mystery 14 is the longest issue for TMOM. With
Oh wow.
52 pages.
Spicy.
I don't know about spicy, but sure. We have another what question? Yeah.
I want to personally see more Silver like questions.
Same.
He's a very good boy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
earlier. Silver.
Especially since we're drawing Silver.
Yeah.
Someone asked earlier, Silver, do you like other flavors of chocolate milk?
Well, I never really thought about it, because I guess that just chocolate milk's my favorite. I haven't really given it that much thought, but I'm open to others as well.
I heard there was strawberry milk.
Huh, I'll have to add that to the list then.
You still need to try strawberry milk. It's the bomb.
Don't worry, it's not.
Oh, thanks, Eagle. I appreciate it.
Question for Silver. Silver, what would you do if chocolate milk never existed?
If it never existed, I guess I wouldn't even know about it. That way I wouldn't really have an opinion. But now that I do know about it, and if it didn't exist while I know, I guess it wouldn't really be that big a deal. I would just try to do, I don't know, maybe drink some soda, or fly a kite, or do something else. I don't know. I'd probably do something else for fun.
Would you not kill somebody?
Oh, sledding, that sounds fun. Definitely.
I said kill somebody, but okay.
I thought you said sledding. What?
No, I said murder.
Oh, no! No way, that's terrible. I wouldn't do that.
Eagle lost internet again.
Or Eagle.
Eagle's back.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry. I don't know what's happening to me.
Hi, back. Me zero.
What did I miss?
Silver is a murderer.
Sledding. No, I thought you said sledding.
Haha, I said killing.
I just can't help the really nice reflections on Silver's eyes and the shading.
I know.
Thanks. I'm glad you guys like it.
Smoke Storm asks, "Hey Silver, what is your favorite food?"
No hesitation. Salad. Nice.
Why is with you and salad?
It's amazing. You just gotta slam my face into the bowl and just get lost in the salad. It just tastes great.
A better question is, what's with you in the way you say salads?
Wait, what?
Look, he just thinks it's neat.
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
You know what? I don't know either. I think everyone forgot.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay.
Don't lie to Silver.
When everybody tells me don't worry about it, it only makes me think about it more.
Yes, but don't worry about that either.
I think a certain creator should learn from that.
Are you calling me out? I don't say don't worry about it.
Everyone silently looks at Gigi.
How is it? Okay, so apparently my staff blames me for... Apparently I say don't worry about it too much. Because every time they're like, so Gigi, so is Sonic corrupted by sin? I say don't worry about it. And they're like, what the freak do you mean? And I'm like, I don't know, what do you want me to say? A spoiler?
Just that? It's like, every time there's something we should worry about, like, Gigi, what are you doing to Silver? Isn't that his chocolate milk? You're
Or
like,
it's like,
don't worry about it.
or it's like, Gigi, what's up with all those eyes along the cave walls? And you're like, don't worry about it. And,
Or like, oh hi Silver.
The guy Silver.
Maybe we should just call you Guy. Guy. What's up, Guy?
Sigh.
I mean, honestly, Guy is a real name. It's an actual name that people name their children.
Yeah, like Guy Moon.
Guy. Oh, I love Guy Moon.
There's a Naruto character named Guy. Never mind. Anyways.
Whoa, Silver, you're a Naruto fan?
Oh, well, yeah, I'd say so.
Really?
Let's go.
That's so interesting.
They have anime in Paradise?
No.
Silver, would you consider yourself a weeb?
No, I wouldn't. I don't think I would call myself that. I mean, like Naruto, but I don't think I'm a weeb. What makes you say that?
I don't know, Sammy.
Interesting. Interesting. writes down in my notepad.
Why are you writing in a
Yeah.
notepad?
Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
Wait,
So Silver,
what are you writing in there?
so Silver, what do you
Don't
think about
worry
the
about
progress
it.
on Silver? What do you think about the progress on creators' art of you right now?
What do I think? I'm lost for words. It looks amazing.
Thanks.
But Lex's portrait.
Yay!
Oh, look at creators drawing a portrait of you, Silver.
I mean, I'm very flattered and everything. It looks amazing. Thank you for drawing me, creator. Hey, welcome.
Hey, the audience was the one that asked for this. You gotta thank them.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. The audience is great. Everybody's awesome.
Thank you, audience, for this.
Thank you, audience.
Let's see.
Ooh, we got a question.
Luna has a question. Oh, sorry. We just went at the same time.
You wanna ask?
Okay, I'll ask, yeah. From Luna Starlight, Hephis, did you ever have fun with your brothers when you were alive? If you did, what did you do with them for fun?
Oh, what did you do, Mavis? Did you eat cheese?
No comment.
Understandable. Have a great.
You know,
Insane
saying
release.
no comment, that really is a comment, though. So it's kind of ironic.
No comment.
But you just did it again!
Silver, I think people mean that they want to have a useful comment and not something boring like no comments.
But isn't saying no comment still a comment?
Would you
Yes,
like another glass of chocolate milk, my boy?
Way to distract him, Heathis.
Very smart way to distract him. Let's see. I am almost done with the shadows.
Ooh.
It's like the the Hephis equivalent of it's like the Hephis equivalent. I don't know. Ask your mother or something.
I don't know.
It
What
feels like
It's like why not you go drink
I
your
just
milk?
thought- I just thought of something. It's like Silver at Hephis is like that one vine. He's like, "You are my dad. You're my dad. Boogie woogie woogie."
What?
Sammy is just nothing but Vine quotes. Can't believe this.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get for like getting me on staff. And if I like TMOM, I like memes. So yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
I
it's
love it.
technically Gigi's fault.
What? How is
Number one of
anything
these
my
is
fault? I'm a very innocent person.
Does
Yeah.
anyone believe that nonsense?
Does anyone but you believe your lies?
Thank you,
Silver, are you serious right now? Silver.
Speaking of Silver,
Serious.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you.
Ooh. Uno reverse card.
Oh, he went and said it.
I can't believe you just said that to me, Silver.
Can't believe you done this.
I can't believe you've done this. Alright, let's do bounce light. We're
Heck
almost
yeah.
done!
Silver. Here's a question from Silver. Here's a serious question. What is your opinion of being alone back in the future?
Well...
Team of Silver isn't in the future. What do you mean?
Was.
Oh, how was it in the future? Okay.
Yeah, being all alone and sad.
I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't great. You know, I was really hungry, and well, I hung out with Mr. Redmond a lot, and you know, other than that, it was just really, really sad. But I'm better now, and you know, I've got my brothers with me and everything, so everything works out. It's okay.
Oh.
Silver, I have a question.
I have an answer.
It wasn't a question. I just wanted to smooch you.
Oh!
You have been bamboozled.
Ooh.
Oh, Gigi, you dastardly fiend.
Oh, you know it.
I love the color you're giving him. He needs to get some sun on him.
Yeah, I'm trying to not make it so gray. Because
Silver
silver is
needs
No,
a
the blue
tan.
complements the blue so much.
yeah.
Also, I saw
Blue-
when you had the are you using CYMK colors?
Yes. I'm trying to use that more. What's up, fam?
Why is like part of your color palette like cut out?
Yeah, that's part of the CYMK. Gigi, do you want to explain that? I guess since that.
CYMK is what you have to use when you color professionally. So it means that certain colors are not access to you. So I'm technically using a limited color palette right now.
And isn't that like mainly the reason why? Because when you use CYMK, it makes it so that the colors are exactly the way they are when they're printed onto like paper and such.
Correct. Yes.
Oh.
It saves on ink as well.
Yeah, like so. If I think like if you were to use like a color that's like outside the CYMK color range, like a really bright like cyan or really bright pink, it kind of shows up differently when you print it on paper, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so in Photoshop, I think there's this option to where you can toggle CYMK so that you can see on the color when you change colors, it shows you where you can and where you can't do it, like why it's that gray like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Question by Crystal26T. Hey, art question. Gigi, what is the layer set on for the bouncing light multiplay? Whatever that is.
No. For shadows, that's multiply.
Oh, they meant yeah, I think they meant multiply.
I was gonna say multiplay. Like, what?
Yeah, multiply.
Okay.
We have another question for Heathis from Little Universe Uwu, or one of our recently joined mods, Uni. Does Heathis like noodles?
Depends.
Depends.
That is all.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Wow, that was so informative. Thank you, Heathis.
Yes, yes, I am a god of many words.
You are
Well,
thank
No need to flatter.
You know what they say? One too many.
Mm-hmm.
Heathis, I worry about you sometimes. Alright. I'm doing that.
We have another question for Heapus. Heapus, when was the last time you said wee?
What?
I do not understand.
Unicorn Sisters asked Heapus in all caps, when was the last time you said wee?
Re? Does Heathis go re?
That sounds like something Creator would say.
That is something like I would say. Thank you.
Or maybe you say re when you're alone, right?
Silver, what is this re they mentioned?
I feel like it's a word that people use when they want to scream, and they're like, re! Or...
Re is onomatopoeia. It sounds a lot like a little rat haunching its back and just squealing.
Mine's like a pterodactyl though. I go
Yeah, yours is like a horrible dinosaur screech.
Reminds me more of a parrot.
Yeah, that actually is fitting considering I want a parrot so badly.
What would you name your parrot?
I would name my parrot Perfection for Triple S is perfect.
Nice.
Oh.
Hashtag give Gigi a parrot.
Oh, I know.
Say
So-
you're like, oh, what's up?
I was gonna say a question for Heathis. Do you like chocolate milk?
Whoa!
It is Silver's favorite.
But they're asking if you like it. Are you a dairy free kind of guy?
I think he's just stuck.
Yeah, I mean he eats cheese, so.
We've been streaming for 2 hours.
Exe stopped responding.
I just do not understand the concept of drinking.
I mean, yeah. Hephis sounds like that type of guy.
What a guy!
Type of guy that drink liquids.
I understand I technically made that concept, but there's no need to do it. However, if my son Silver here enjoys chocolate milk, then more power to him.
You should
For
give
the
it a
dad,
try.
Hephis.
Maybe we can, like, I don't know, look at the sky together over a nice glass of chocolate milk and then just talk about how our day went. That'd be cool.
Very much so.
Oh,
I love it.
bonding moment.
It's too bad Hephis died, you know?
Ah!
Man, rest in peace, Hephis. Like, rest in pepperonis. Like,
Pepperoni.
gosh.
Oh.
And then just, I can't believe
Hephis.
he just died.
Have you tried mac and cheese?
Ooh.
Cheese.
Right. You're gonna get Hephis addicted to mac and cheese now, guys. Thank you.
It's the lactose. You can't.
Oh, that reminds me. Hephis, another question from Dragon and Cat. A question for Hephis. Did you actually create your brothers, or did you all exist at once?
Create my brothers. That's laughable. Clearly I did not.
Nice. Hey, Eagle, can you use your soundboard real quick? Just your bonk.
Oh, what sound?
Bonk.
You bonk in the chat now.
Oh, you mean this thing?
Yes. Good.
It's like,
I still think that whenever you like hop into a chat, you use like the Wisp soundbite from Lost World that goes Eagle. Just whenever you pop in.
I need to add that, but I have a different sound. For like anyone that doesn't know, like in a lot of our voice chats, I like to when I first join a voice chat, I have this little like vampire organ sound effect that I immediately use in my soundboard, and everyone yells at me.
It's like da-da-da.
But I think
but
the
yeah,
song's copyrighted.
And
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh,
well,
no.
it's a very old thing, so it might actually be past its copyright date.
I wouldn't chance it.
Yeah, but yeah, even Gigi has a soundboard, which is what they use sometimes for skittle scrap.
yeah.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, scrap. I mentioned you.
I will have you know that I am more than just a soundboard. I am the symbol for God, justice, and perfection.
Okay, scrap.
That is all. Thank you.
But I'll put a link. It's called Voice Mod. So if it's free to use. But you do have to pay for it to unlock the entire library, because normally it just has a couple free voices that you can use every day.
It's
but
pretty.
if you want to,
It's pretty cheap too.
yeah, it's really good for I guess, having fun and voice calls and such. I wouldn't recommend it as like a professional alternative to adding voice effects to yourself. You might want to just use Audacity or something else. But it's definitely like a really simple and fast thing to do just to have fun.
Yeah. Ooh, we got a question for Hephis.
Gosh, why there's so many questions for Hephis?
Yeah, what about Silver?
Yeah, like
Wait, there is one question for Silver though.
I actually
Question
have a
for
question.
Silver. What?
I have a question.
Yeah.
My question.
Oh.
Yeah.
Will everyone in the audience ask more questions about one of my best sons?
One of your best sons?
Oh, I'm a
The one
best?
here.
Alright, is he your favorite?
One of them.
What?
You can't have more than one favorite.
Yes, I can.
I think it'd be best
Okay,
if
then.
you all, well, let us all leave.
Exactly.
Okay, well.
But we do have a question for Silver, though, which is, Silver, which animal is your favorite?
Which animal's my favorite? Cats, I guess.
Yeah, same. Cats are great.
It's actually funny he mentions that because there's this picture that Gigi drew one time, and like all the triple S had like cat ears.
Yeah, I love that image.
You know, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Meow?
Oh my gosh.
No!
And of course, he said it. Let's see. Okay.
Ooh, there's a question for Silver and Scrap. Hey, Scrap, what do you think of Silver and vice versa?
What do I think of Scrap? Well,
Ugh, don't get me started. The son of Hephaestus? Seriously? Ugh, disgusting.
wow, I really appreciate those nice words, Scrap. What about
I was being nice.
Well, you're always master this and master that. All the... I mean, can't you think for yourself for once?
I'm a soulless, so no.
Well, maybe you should not be a soulless sometime.
That's not possible, son of Hephaestus. That's also not how this works.
Well, then, maybe you just need to relax and just drink some chocolate milk and just take it easy for a bit.
What is this? Chocolate milk.
It's a really good beverage, and I think you'd really like it. I could say you really need some.
I do not know what this chocolate milk is, but I will attempt it. Now give me your chocolate milk.
Wait! Fine. Okay, here. I've got a lot of them. I actually want you to try this because, well, I want to see what your opinion is.
All right. Wow! That tastes quite amazing! Wow!
See what I mean? It's great!
I want more! Give me more! Son of Venus, give it to me! Give me more! Son of Venus!
Oh no!
Son of Venus!
I think you're drinking a little too much.
What? There is no such thing! Give it to me!
No.
I will eat your legs!
Like, well, there's a whole bunch in the back over there. That's like in the corner.
Shoot!
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Silver, what
And
have
then
you
Scrap
done?
ran to the refrigerator and drank all
Battle
the.
Cave have the budget to buy a lot of chocolate milk.
I
Yes.
just see there's a whole bunch in your hand over there. What the heck? It's a lot of chocolate milk in your hands.
Correction! It is all of the chocolate milk.
Oh no.
What have I done?
Well,
you
this
just
is what
cost Battle
happens.
Cave a lot of money.
Well, Silver, this is what happens when you play TLOM and you call your character Chocolate Milk.
Oh,
Hey.
yep, you right.
It was a good choice. I really liked it.
Hey, remember when you were soulless?
Oh, I do. That was really weird, actually. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I was kind of just reading the text and it just... boom! There it was. Can't really explain it myself, honestly.
And suddenly you're back to normal.
Miracles, right?
Uh-huh.
Haha, miracles. Get it?
No one understands that. But it's good to nice. It's nice to know that Silver's back to normal. Question mark, maybe.
What?
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 Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
I'm fine.
What?
I mean, look at me. You know the way I sound, and I'm not yelling at anybody, and just hi. I'm glad to be here.
I'm going to take all of your chocolate milk, son of Ephus.
No, you won't. I'm gonna get there before you do. It's mine.
No, it's mine.
Not without a fight. It's my chocolate milk. I'll protect it with my.
Oh, really? Well then, let's see how powerful you can be when I fight you to the death.
Are we
Sammy,
really gonna fight over chocolate milk?
we mere mortals
Huh?
should probably get out the way of this fight.
What?
We mere mortals should probably get out of the way of this fight.
Yeah, it's been nice knowing you, creator. I'm just gonna slowly back away.
You can't leave. I'm almost done.
Uh,
No, you got this. You just break up the fight. It's fine.
Look, Scrap can drink Silver's chocolate milk, but only in limited time. Okay? Does that make everyone happy?
Back away
Xylo-
from the chocolate milk right now, or prepare for the biggest and most craziest pillow fight of your life.
You wouldn't dare.
I would dare.
You drive a hard bargain, son of Ephus. You drive a hard bargain.
You know what? I don't want to fight. I want to negotiate. Are you okay?
You know, sometimes I think to myself that I dream about cheese.
Oh no, not you
And I-
too.
Hey!
Sometimes I dream about cheese.
I dream about why this keeps on happening and why I keep hearing that phrase.
Because Hephis is very addicted to cheese, like you are addicted to chocolate milk.
What? I wouldn't say addicted. I just really like it. In fact, what if you
Silver?
try some? I've got loads.
Alright, I'm almost done. I'm adding the highlights.
Yeah. That honestly, can I just say I love the reflections on the jewel.
Thank you.
Yeah!
It's
It's
so
so shiny.
So good.
Does Silver polish his jewelry and his cape jewels and stuff?
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
Then who does this work for him? Does Scrap do it?
Sure, why not?
It's canon. You heard it from Gigi. It's official.
It's canon.
Write it down. Write that down.
Write that down, write that down.
Add it to the TMOM wiki.
Let's see.
Oh yes. When was the last time you updated that, by the way?
Okay, look, I can't. I have to. It's a team effort. I can't do everything. But like I like to imagine sometimes like maybe like Shadow polishes all of Silver's like stuff.
Aww, that'd be cute.
Shadow's just like, you gotta be styling.
Yeah, that's so cute. I like that.
It's a good big brother thing.
Yeah. Let's see.
Ooh, glow.
Yep.
I see the glowy.
Yep. Even though, like, a lot of the people that were watching this stream are kind of slowly leaving because it is kind of, like, getting a little long. I promise you, this is...
We still have the same amount of people watching.
Yeah.
Let's see.
No one's left, I don't think. And if they have, it's been really small.
A few people have been leaving gradually, but it's not like a big mass exodus.
Yeah.
Or...
We only
I
have
always-
like 100, almost 150 people watching so far.
I get so anxious because I always, like, worry that, like, I'm, like, boring when I draw. I don't do these a lot for a very specific reason. Like, I don't want to bore anybody.
No, I really do think it's fascinating to see like how you draw, like specific characters and the techniques you use.
Thanks. That means a lot.
Now we know the secret of how your art looks so good.
Yeah, and it's like as someone who like who did start out as a fan, like there's been so many times where it's like, how did Gigi do that? And I would just like repeatedly like just watch anything that has you like drawing stuff, and I'd be like constantly, I'd be like, all right, this and this and this. How do I do this thing that they did? Let's rewind that. And I want to like listen. So I'm sure there's other people that are exactly like that too.
Oh.
Honestly, yeah. I'm just like, because like your backgrounds are so good.
Yeah, that's like the only thing I'm good at.
No, stop.
I,
I'm really
It's
liking
time.
that flow.
thanks.
It's time to give Gigi love hours.
No.
Yes, love time.
Yes.
So I will say that before I came to the cave, I could not do digital backgrounds at all. And now you've seen my digital backgrounds. Basically, you taught me how to do backgrounds.
Oh jeez. Well, I mean, backgrounds are fun. They're
Hey,
fun.
can the chat just like compliment Gigi? That'd be great.
No, I'm like really bad at taking compliments. Like,
No,
3.
Take the compliments.
Ah!
Everybody in the chat, say that.
Stop! You're gonna.
Yeah, talk about Gigi. Make them feel good.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, Silver, why don't you compliment your creator?
Stop!
I think the creator is amazing. They do amazing artwork. They're very creative, and they're just really fun to be around. And
You're gonna make me cry.
Yes, clown baby, cry. That's what we want.
Let's see.
But on a more serious note, the Xylo Cave cannot afford to keep feeding Scrap Silver's chocolate milk addiction or keep his cheese addiction, so we need to do something about that.
Eh.
You mean eh?
I mean, eh.
You're not balancing the books.
I mean, we'll be alright.
We'll be
I do-
alright.
Don't worry about it.
I have an art question. My hand is raised in real life.
What's up, Eagle?
How do you, I guess maybe just for like, it's me asking for myself, but also maybe for anyone that's also maybe asking in their mind, how do you make the certain things like glow?
Like
on Silver's pendant and his little lines and everything.
a lot of it's just color theory. Like right now, I'm adding in highlights. I use a soft light for the highlights, which makes it look a lot brighter. I'll actually put this up on the line art.
And for like this, yeah, like the sign parts that are like glowing and everything, it's like.
Oh,
Yeah.
You got a super chat, and it's a compliment for Gigi.
What
She
the?
tells the best stories.
From K Zone 100, yeah.
Oh
what
my
you said.
gosh. Oh, thank you, Kizo.
everyone's complimenting you and sending you hearts in the chat, Gigi.
You guys made them do that. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to, like, I'm not trying to, like, oh, yikes. I'm really bad at compliments. I'm sorry.
Smooches.
Oh yes, we get the good Gigi screeches. Come on, keep going.
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, like, I'm enamored by, like, all the shading, the glowiness and the...
Yeah, isn't it fun?
Yeah. Silver, do you sometimes, like, go in, like, dark rooms and just see your stuff, like, glow in the dark?
Actually, yeah. It's like really cool to see because it's like, it's like one of those what's it called? Those like dance party type things, and they're just like
Glow sticks?
moving around.
Rain.
Yeah, like, and it's like I'm also my own personal night light, and then there's like, it's like really cool just to see like all these cool lights in the darkness. It's really cool to see.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
And then
we all got a question.
Shadow also does that thing where he cries and makes lights.
Shadow, do the thing.
Shadow, do the thing.
Shadow's not here.
Yeah, Yeah, if Shadow was here, we'd ask him to do the thing where he cries and makes lights that glow up. I guess.
We got another super chat apparently.
Yeah, we have another super chat.
Oh my gosh!
It's from Kaiser Erebus. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. For $5. Question for everyone: what animal would you be if you were in the Sonic universe? I'd like to be a bear, honestly.
I'd be
So,
a
yeah,
buffalo! Let me
Heck
introduce you to Gigi the buffalo, actually. Hang on.
Gigi the buffalo.
Yeah, of course I have a character that represents me, and there's Gigi the buffalo, yeah!
Yeah, you've probably
Heck
seen
yeah.
Gigi the buffalo in like a couple of like the Zello Cave videos, maybe on Gigi's social media stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Literally like Gigi the Buffalo.
What about everyone else? What would your character be in the Sonic universe?
I'd be a hedgehog. Actually, I have a red
Wouldn't you be
hedgehog
silver?
already.
You'd be silver, you mean?
Silver.
That's the only correct answer.
I think I'd be a cat because I love cats and cats are the greatest thing to ever exist.
Very true.
I don't know. I don't have a Sonic character.
I mean, just from my name alone, I would be obviously an eagle. I also have my own little OC that I have. It's also been on the Spruce. It's been on the it was on the Zello Cave Twitter, and I think it's a couple of YouTube thumbnails too. Actually, a lot of our staff's OCs were shown on our Twitter and maybe in some thumbnails for the channel.
Oh yeah, that was the announcement tweet. That was really cool. Like seeing everybody.
I don't really have a Sonic OC per se, but I just have a little angel magical girl OC that was in like the promotional stuff.
If you were to be an animal in the Sonic universe, though, what would you be, Sammy?
Yes.
Wait,
Yes,
just
Sammy.
you're not a possum.
What do you?
We'll get to that in a second.
It's just a cat, because I like cats. That doesn't make me, one of those people like evil,
Also, I just realized you already said that you're gonna do a cat, and I completely forgot. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I was gonna ask, like, wait, what? Didn't I just answer that?
No, you're valid. Yeah.
It's okay. I forget what I am all the time.
I forget where I am most of the time.
Who are we?
Who are you people?
What are you doing in my stream? Get out.
What are we?
But I mean, although if I were to have a second choice, it would probably maybe be like an opossum. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't opossums have like rabies and like aren't they mean? Like it's a big misunderstanding. They're very sweet animals. They get very, very scared. And they're very resistant to disease.
Fun fact: opossums are the only reason that Lyme disease does not run rampant in forests.
Yeah, they eat ticks off of other animals. And I guess like the hissing is mainly defense. Like you think that they might bite, but they'll never ever bite you. They'll just hiss at you with all their teeth. But yeah, that's enough for me. Any other questions?
Yeah, let's look at more questions.
I don't want to rave about
Wait,
possums.
Cyril, what
This
about
is
you?
about Silver and.
Cyril?
Oh yeah, Cyril. What animal would you be in the Sonic universe?
What kind of question is that?
I mean,
Fox,
like.
of course.
Oh yeah.
Always.
Well, aren't you like a fox or a kitsune?
Yeah. Well, technically, my character is of a race I made myself.
Ah.
Actually, there's another question. Hey Gigi. This is from Patrick Adams. Hey Gigi, if you could, would you animate TMOM?
God, I wish. Oh, I wish.
You don't know how
really
much that they want to.
I want you so bad. Trust me, it takes every ounce of my being to not make this a comic and an animation. I wish. Ugh. Right.
The one thing in the voice.
Yeah! What happened? God, I wish TMOM was animated.
Well, we do have the Christmas special, but that's just an animatic. I mean, stepping stones.
Yeah, it's, you know, I don't want to, like, I don't want to only just do TMOM for the rest of my life. I kind of just want to, like, do TMOM and then do other stuff, you know? But yes, I have thought of it many times.
What are you saying, Gigi? T-Mom will go on forever and will never die. Clearly.
Oh, yeah. Especially the fact that these issues will never be released, right? God, I gotta say, my favorite comments are the ones that are like, wow, this comic series will never get finished in a human lifetime. And I was like, yeah, alright, understandable, have a great.
Have a great. Oh, another person this is a new question that was literally just asked like a second ago. Another art question. Have you tried to do a clipping layer to make the line art same as the colors?
I mean, I can do that. It's just I prefer not to.
Yeah, like the style, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like doing it, but I mean, like, this is what it looked like. Like, I think the only things I'd probably change might be, let me see. This drawing is basically done. I'm just adding a lot of extra stuff to it.
God, your lines look so good.
Thank you.
The glow, his pendant glow.
Yeah. Like, that probably would make it...
Silver.
Learn that right.
Oh, sorry.
What's
How
up?
did you feel when you first met your brothers?
The question was, what did it feel like when you met your brothers?
Well, when I met them, I really wasn't expecting it at first because, well, it was just like, I just felt this feeling like we were connected the first time I came in contact with them, but I never really met them before. It was strange. I just felt like I knew everything the moment we came in contact, so I found that really interesting. But yeah, we're definitely brothers, and I can't wait to go on more adventures with them.
Oh.
Beautiful.
All of Silver's answers give me life. My crops are watered, my acne is clear.
My gosh. Alright, I'm adding this one last thing, and then I think I'm gonna stop fiddling with this.
Dude, he looks so cool. Silver looks amazing.
Thank you. That really means a lot.
He's just a shiny boy, and I love him so much.
Yeah.
Oh, his little.
Huh?
It's Disco.
Oh, in the chat?
No.
In the group chat.
Oh. Wait, what? Oh.
Oh,
Huh.
they left.
Nah, I don't think that they'll be able to come in, but I am...
Sammy said that Disco said that he is interested in joining the stream.
Well, the stream's almost done. Speaking of finish, this is Silver. So, I completely colored him. Obviously the tutorial was more so for drawing, and then I wanted to also showcase, well, this is how I color the comics. I color, and like, as you can see, this stream is 2 hours long. This is just one character for 2 hours long. So imagine how long it takes for me to do a comic, you know? It's pretty intense. But regardless, yeah. Regardless, I really hope you guys at least found something useful in the stream. I really thank you guys for taking the time to just kind of watch the stream with me and have fun with me. I've been loving, by the way, a lot of people have been drawing along with me and then posting their drawings on Twitter. If you follow the Xylo Cave on Twitter, you could do hashtag the Xylo Cave, hashtag TMOM, and you guys can share your hashtags with me so that way I'm able to see it. And we always retweet the fan art. We always retweet everything. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you to my guests that came and watched, watched me draw a boy. Thank you, Silver voice actor Starlet, for providing said voice for this character.
Yeah.
We truly
Thank you.
cannot wait to hear him in issue 13 remastered. Can I just say?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Y'all were an awesome chat.
Yes, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much.
Y'all still cool.
Have a
Keep
good
being
one.
awesome.